It's a beautiful day for President's Athletic Conference football in Grove City, Pennsylvania, as the 2024 PAC college football season begins with the Geneva College Golden Tornadoes facing off against the defending PAC champion Grove City Wolverines on KDKA+. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Austin Bechtel joined alongside Donnie Chendrick, the third member of our crew. Susie Cool will join us momentarily. What a better place to start, there is none, than right here at Grove City, the defending PAC champions, Donnie. Last year, 10-0, great success in the D3 playoffs and the NCAA playoffs last season. We begin it right here where Grove City brings a ton of guys back, 18 starters, including 10 on offense.
Yeah, I mean, it's no surprise, too, Austin. This team was voted to, yet again, win the PAC, and it's common sense for everybody who votes on it because they pretty much ran through the entire conference last season. They bring a lot of people back, like you said. And also, no better place to start out this season.
There has been a ton of parity in the conference over the last 5 to 7 years with multiple different champions. And Geneva, a team with a new offensive coordinator, but Gino DeMarco in his 32nd season looking to try to win it with a triple option.
Yeah, I mean, the triple option will have some new wrinkles in it. Tim Taylor, the new offensive coordinator, we're just going to call him the tool man if you remember the show Home Improvement. So they'll have some new things to add into that triple option, but really excited to see how Grove City can combat it.
And it starts with one of our players to watch, players of the games to watch today, Caleb Romano, new quarterback for Geneva. He is a sophomore transfer, Donnie. We're going to try to bring some speed and toughness to this team.
Yeah, and he can really start to build some confidence in running this offense. A lot of early leadership skills that Coach DeMarco talks about. And again, newer quarterback, new coordinator. I'm excited to see how that combination works.
And for Grove City, it's the veteran, Logan Pfeiffer, the senior 6'2 quarterback. He's a second-team All-PAC player for a reason. He's done that twice. He's coming back for his third season as the starting quarterback.
Led the PAC in yards and in passer rating in the 22 season. Last season, a great one as well. 19 passing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. He is a special player that leads a very special offense.
Andrew DiDonato, 6-2 all-time in his coaching career against Geneva. Gino DeMarco, 7-9, his career record against Grove City. What are the keys to the game on both sides?
Well, we'll start with Geneva. I mean, they're going to want to stack that defensive line. They're back to having a stout group up there. Coach DeMarco loves the group that he brought in during the recruiting process as well. And the new offensive look. Again, the triple option will be there, but some new wrinkles to it. Tim Taylor, the OC. It also gives Coach DeMarco a little bit more time to focus on that defense. And for Grove City, the defending champs, they're going to flip the script. And when I say that, it's something that we talked to Coach DiDonato about earlier this week, Austin. They don't script any plays on offense. It's pretty unorthodox. He pretty much just waits to see what the defense will show them. He says treat every play as its own story and also contain that triple option. They like being in an odd front, especially with somebody as special as Ben Bladel on that defense, an off-ball linebacker. They'll transition into a 4-man look, but we may actually see that even front try to combat the vaunted triple option of the Golden Tornadoes.
Grove City won last year's matchup 48-21, but a new season brings a new story. What will be written in the book? The first chapter begins today on KDKA+. Geneva, Grove City, coming up next.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
One-handed grab, what a score! Runs his way into the end zone. He's up to the races to the 20, 15, 10. Welcome back to Robert E. Thorne Field on the campus of Grove City College as we send it down to the third member of our crew, Susie Cool, on the field. Susie.
Thanks, Austin. It's the first day of pack play as the Grove City Wolverines hold host to the Geneva Golden Tornadoes. Geneva head coach Gino DeMarco said it's all about taking his young team, limiting their mistakes, and making sure they don't beat themselves against a Grove City team that almost beat the national champions last season. Grove City head coach Andrew Denino said that opening up the 2024 campaign against Geneva is the perfect test because of the unpredictability that they bring. Denino said, can his concepts match up against anything thrown their way? We're about to find out. Austin?
Thanks, Susie. And it's a young Geneva team, more so inexperienced, in the starting lineup for Geneva offensively. 10 new starters out of 11, and also a change at quarterback as Caleb Romano, who's banged up, will not play. The sophomore 6'3" quarterback, the transfer, who was really scheduled to make his first career start. It will be Darren Myers, the senior 6'3" quarterback, 220 pounds, wearing number 7 from Merritt Island, Florida. There's a unique story behind Myers that we'll get to a little bit later on, what he did in the offseason, a mission trip that he took. But Myers, who has experience as the quarterback at Geneva, will be under center running the triple option for head coach Gino DeMarco. As you take a look at Grove City's head coach Andrew Donato. What an incredible season it was. The 2023 PAC Coach of the Year. Grove City in the last 67 games are 50-17. On the opposite side, Gino DeMarco, one of the most longest tenured head coaches in all of D3 football. DeMarco in his 32nd season, Geneva class of 1983, 162 and 153, his overall record. He is 7-9 overall against Grove City, and this is the first time in history of this rivalry, 97 times these two teams have met. This is the first time that the game is the first on the calendar, first time the two teams kick off the season against each other.
And Austin, you already brought it up. Caleb Romano will not be getting the start today. Sometimes these coaches, a little bit of gamesmanship, they try to hold down that lineup like it's Fort Knox. We got a little bit of that today coming into week 1. So we'll see Myers get the start here right away for the Golden Tornadoes.
We saw Romano getting loose before the game, but when the captains came back out, he was in street clothes with his jersey and sweatpants. So he's not going to give it a go. And it will be Darren Myers who will get the ball first as the ball falls off the tee for Grove City, trying to kick it off to get the 2024 season underway. Waited about 8 months. Can wait a couple more minutes. As a third time is the charm for Grove City as the ball is being kicked away to Geneva as the 2024 season underway. Liam Gibson, Landon Smith are back deep, and it's fielded at the 5-yard line with running room about the 20-yard line. And it's taken up to about the 22-yard line, and that is where the offense for the Geneva College Golden Tornadoes will take the field, led by Darren Myers, the quarterback in there for Caleb Romano, the late scratch, Landon Smith, Cooper Edmiston, a couple of the running backs, David Reed, the fullback, one of the best ball carriers on the field for Geneva, and the offensive line, critical. Brown, McDonald, Polacek, Constanza, and Russo up front with Seth Tyson and Keaton Baker, the wide receivers. The triple option offense for Gino DeMarco and the first-year offensive coordinator, Tim Taylor, is the first play. It's handed off to David Reed for only a short game, maybe a yard, taken to the 24. The Grove City defense, but 7 starters back from last year. And the main, Ben Bladel, preseason All-American, the PAC Defensive Player of the Year last year, set a Grove City record with 17 sacks last season. He leads the way at linebacker as the pitch goes for a couple yards. To the far side of the field, Geneva's end, about the 24. Jason Mensch makes the tackle. They're down in 6. Was Landon Smith on the carry. Myers goes under center once again. Third down in 6, needing the 33. Hands it off, and nothing there for David Reed. Broken up at the line of scrimmage. Great play defensively A couple of different guys were in there, including Shea Aiken, the strong safety, to make the tackle. Geneva goes 3 and out and forced the punt.
Yeah, and Mensch was in there again, Austin, and something that worth mentioning, we know that they are going to switch up the fronts against this triple option, and Ben Bladel, one of the best players in the history of the President's Athletic Conference, he's going to be that guy that moves around from linebacker. Maybe he comes up onto the defensive line.
Evan Baker, the freshman from Beaver High School, is on the punt. Now Rush gets it away. High kick. It's going to take a couple of hops and a very favorable Geneva bounce inside the 20-yard line. And it rolls to about the 13. This is where Grove City's first possession of the 2024 season will begin, with Logan Piper at quarterback. And a beautiful day here at Grove City. We thought, originally looking at the forecast early in the week, that there could potentially be some rain showers, but instead, so far, so good. Well, just cloudy conditions so far.
And a little chill in the air, too, Austin. I mean, it's the perfect weather day for somebody like me. You're able to wear a little pullover and shorts. Ideal.
It's the start of fall. As Piper lines up, pistol formation, 2 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. You go Flati the back. They give it to him. And Flati doesn't get much. Stood up by Alex Gonzalez, the senior nose tackle. 6'3", 320 pounds from Laredo, Texas. Goes for about 1 yard, maybe 2. So we take a look at the Grove City offense. Flati at running back and Piper at quarterback. You've seen Scott Frazier, two-time first-team All-PAC player and a preseason All-American wide receiver. 6'4" wide receiver. The senior wears number 3. Ryan Heckethorn, while the other wide receivers, 6'3", 2 very tall wide receivers for Grove City, and productive as well. And a veteran offensive line up front. On 2nd down and 8. Some more formation, this time with Flati to the right side. Pass is bobbled but caught. Reception made by Daniel Sullivan. Sullivan had a 44-yard touchdown at Geneva last year during his freshman season. The sophomore makes the grab for a couple up to the 20-yard line.
And we see the pass really just kind of out there into the flat. Tackle made easily, and I'm interested to see what we get from this Grove City offense, something that Coach DiDonato talked about. He does not put a script in week by week, which is something you see, and we mentioned it at the outset of the broadcast, a little bit unorthodox, but to not have a script offensively, he waits to see what the defense will show him.
Piper with time, pass is caught, but a flag before the snap. Play blown dead before the reception by Sullivan. And it's because Sullivan moved, guilty of a false start. So they called Sullivan actually offsides. Lined up incorrectly.
Yeah, lined up over the ball.
I see he'll now line up on the far side of the formation. Brings up 3rd and 8 after the 5-yard penalty. Scott Frazier, the lone receiver, lined up to the near side of the field. Guarded by Taiwan Cousin Jr. Piper takes the snap, has plenty of time. He's looking that way towards Frazier. He makes the grab. Maybe a little bit of a push off, but Frazier able to make the catch, and it's good enough for a Grove City first down.
Yeah, and you're going to see Frazier really find a way. He gets a little bit of the hand push in there to create separation, but nothing bad enough to move the sticks.
Bunch formation at the line. On 1st and 10 at the 24. First drive of the game for Grove City. Flati the back. Piper, the senior quarterback, takes the snap and hands it off to him. Flati running near side. Flag thrown late. As Flati picked up a couple, but it's coming back. Nate Brady, the senior left guard, guilty of the penalty.
Very senior heavy group. All guys on the left side and the man in the middle. Brady Brungard, all seniors. 2 juniors on the right side of that Grove City offensive line. Big Luke Jolly, 6'8", 300-pounder at right tackle from Penn Trafford.
And it's a line that is very experienced, as the whole entire offense is. But this line was changed up a little bit. Jolly and Lane on that right side due to some injuries last year. But both guys playing significant snaps last year. As Flati takes the handoff up the middle for a couple, where he's met in the hole by Reed Gordon, the junior linebacker from Boonesboro, Maryland. He makes the stop at 25 tackles last year, after just a gain of 3. So 2nd and 17 for Grove City. Seen the offense take its time, with Piper at the helm. Offense that likes to establish the run first. Takes what the defense gives them. Piper on play action, looking to take a shot deep downfield for Frazier. He's got it. Frazier looked to tiptoe the sideline and stay in bounds. Ball caught at the 29. That's where he's out of bounds. About 5 yards short of a first.
Frazier really just an up and out there. And again, that big frame, the 6'4" senior wide receiver, Piper able to find him easily. That makes it a much more manageable 3rd down situation after the penalty pushed them way behind the sticks.
It's a 3rd and 5 at the 29, needing the 34 to convert. Ball on the far side hash. Piper in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side. Flati remains the back. Piper looking to the far side the whole way. He's got Frazier. There was a bobble, and it will be ruled a catch. Officials determined that Frazier had possession inbounds. Now a discussion between the 2 officials on the far side. Gino DeMarco right there as well, and now it's ruled incomplete. So after the discussion that was right on the far side of the field, the Geneva bench brings up 4th down and the punting unit on for Grove City.
Sometimes you need to be a politician on the sideline too, and the officiating crew ends up agreeing. We see the replay there, and I would say going to the sideline, you definitely didn't see the ball secure.
And you only need 1 foot, but did not seem like Frazier had it controlled in time. Dan Barabay to punt. Gets it away. Was some pressure applied by Geneva. Fair catch called for and made by Landon Smith. 9:13 to go. First quarter of play from Grove City College. First game of the season here on KDKA Plus between Geneva and Grove City. Back after this.
At 2 Men and a Junk Truck, we can remove your things, so you have room to dream.
To learn more, visit gcc.edu.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
Potomac Furniture's factory authorized sale. Enjoy an additional discount on all Smith Brothers special order upholstery sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. Come in and save now through early September. Route 19 McMurray or PotomacFurniture.com. Hurry before the extra savings are gone.
Geneva starts at their own 46-yard line, best field position of the game so far early on in the first quarter. Second drive of the game for Darren Myers, and at quarterback for Geneva. Triple option offense, and he pitches it. It goes to Philip Ranson. Ranson able to make his way into Grove City territory to the 49 and to pick up a 5.
We're going to see a lot of different guys. We're going to see a lot of different guys for Geneva touch this football today, because that's what you get in this type of offense. And you see Ranson go around that left side.
Myers once again under center. It's Landon Smith that goes in motion. Myers keeps it, pitches it to Smith. Fumble! Who's got it? And Smith could not control it, but seems Smith did fall on the football at the 49, the line of scrimmage. And we'll bring up third down.
Landon Smith, the guy hopping on that loose football. See, that's something else you get with the triple option offense. As difficult as it could be for an opposing defense to defend, there's a lot of room there for the offense to have several unforced errors throughout the game.
Have to be sure-handed. Fake the pitch. Goes to Ranson. Blown up by Ben Bladel. The junior Moon High School product blew that play up from the start. It's a loss of 2. Back into Geneva territory and a second straight 3 and out for the Golden Tornadoes.
Yeah, that play never stood a chance. You're going to see Bladel immediately read it. He was kind of fooled at first, but he was able to also, get to that mesh point, tackle the ball carrier. No shot for Geneva to move the football.
Baker on the punt. Davidson back to receive it. Junior corner, Bowden Davidson, and a high kick. Spiraling kick. Davidson calls a fair catch and makes it at the 18-yard line. So the second drive upcoming for Grove City. Andrew DiDonato, 50 and 30 overall at Grove City, class of 2010 alum, the 2023 PAC Coach of the Year. He's a 2-time PAC Coach of the Year.
It's very impressive what he has built here at Grove City. If you can think back to 5 to 10 years ago, especially closer to a decade ago, Grove City was kind of the laughingstock of the PAC. They had a losing streak span multiple seasons, and now they're a national power.
And off goes the Flati, trying to bounce it to the near side. Flati able to get the edge and goes out of bounds near the 26. Solid pickup of 8 yards. There's a player down for Geneva at the 18-yard line. And not good. That's Gabe Trexler, the star linebacker, who leads the team in tackles. 86 on the season last year coming into this year, as well as 16 tackles for loss.
Yeah, one of the senior leaders on this defense, that linebacking core, Gabe Trexler, Reed Gordon, a familiar name around these parts. Ryan Clark on that defense as well. Not the same one you may be thinking of, though. But this is a tough loss for Geneva if Trexler is unable to go in the rest of this one.
Trexler being evaluated by the training staff, and we'll take a break with 7:20 to go. No score at Grove City College.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GBA Life.
What does it do?
It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends.
What's so great about that?
My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GBA Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more.
Oh.
You might be interested in a GBA Life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine. And Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
Back here at Grove City as Gabe Trexler was helped off the field. He's now at the trainer table, right at the 50-yard line for Geneva. See if we can get an update for you later. Did not look great. He was not able to walk off under his own power, favoring his right leg. Second down and 2. Hand off with plenty of running room. Off to the races. Ian DeMary all the way in for the touchdown. Grove City strikes first. Ian DeMary, the Penn Trafford High School product, the junior's first carry, goes for 6.
And you're going to see on this replay here in a second, it's Penn Trafford helping Penn Trafford. The big fella on the right side, Luke Jolly, he opens up that hole, a gaping one on the right side. And the Penn Trafford product, in DeMary, takes it the rest of the way. 5'7", 215, a spark plug type player, but he took it a long distance.
And he rumbles his way all the way to the end zone. A 74-yard score. Extra point up and good. Daniel Sullivan, the wide receiver, already has caught a ball on offense, is also the kicker. And he makes it 7-0, 6:53 to go, as we'll take another look at it.
Yeah, and you're going to watch. I have the little ring around Luke Jolly. You guys can hit it as the play about to start. He turns that guy in. That was really the key there. And taking off was DeMary. It was really that simple. That end of the Geneva defensive line gets turned in, so Jolly reaches a little bit. He makes the big block, and Grove City on the board first.
Ian DeMary showcasing his speed. Star running back Clayton Parrish from last year. It was Parrish and Flati that shared the carries. Parrish no longer here. One of the players that such a big part of last year's team, but now DeMary with his opportunity taking advantage on his first score. It's the first score of the season for Grove City. We'll kick it away back to Geneva. The triple option offense having their shot at it. Third offensive possession of the game. Kicked off by Sullivan and is fielded at about the 10. Big hit delivered at the 24. As Landon Smith got upended. And it was Shea Aiken, who's been active on special teams, active defensively, that made the top.
Aitken, another Whippeal product. That's something else that we talked about in our chat earlier this week with Coach DiDonato, the amount of local talent he has carved into this Grove City program. A lot of the District 7 kids from the WPIAL that have really built this program up. His adage, the brick-by-brick method.
And Coach DiDonato talked about winning in your backyard, being able to recruit Whippeal players well. They've done that so far. And how about that guy, Ben Bladel? He just blows up plays before they even have a chance. Back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, and you'll see there again how he is listed as an outside linebacker, but in the cases where they will change up their fronts, Bladel just being so good and such a dominant player, he's that guy they're putting on the edge of that defensive line when they shift to a four-man.
He's a Moon product, and Andrew DiDonato calls him one of the best players in the PAC in the last 15 to 20 years. Really high praise. Myers pitches it. Ranson, far side, back to the line of scrimmage again. It's wrapped up by Shea Aiken. Also Caleb Brubaker in there. Brubaker in his first year at Grove City was a freshman All-American at Salisbury. Junior, 6', 205-pound linebacker. It's good for about a yard. Brings up 3rd and 9. Myers under center, one receiver to the far side, two to the near side. Myers rolls near side, looking to throw. Myers takes off and is taken down at the 25-yard line. Only a pickup of 1 before Jack Jolly makes the stop and brings up 4th down, the 3rd consecutive 3-and-out for Geneva. Let's head it down now to the field level, and Susie Cool for an injury update. Susie.
Thanks, Austin. Linebacker Gabe Trexler for Geneva went down a couple plays ago. We saw him being carried off the field. It is his right knee. His athletic trainer was looking over that right kneecap extensively. It's to be determined if he'll be back in this game. Austin?
All right, thanks, Susie. We punted away once again by Geneva. Another 3-and-out. Some pressure applied. A good kick away. Another fair catch called for at the 37-yard line. This time by Scott Frazier.
And Austin, the Geneva triple option, how's it working so far, you ask? 9 rushing attempts, 8 total yards, 0.9 yards per carry. So that Grove City defense as tenacious as it was last season.
Yeah, and last year we're second in the PAC in rushing yards allowed per game, just over 75. Team that also had a PAC high 36 sacks last year. Offense back to work for Grove City with under 5 minutes to go. First quarter of play. Austin Bechtold, Donnie Chedrick, and Susie Cool alongside. First game of the year on KDKA+. PAC football action as Flati looks to spin off the tackle. Dante Caputo from his free safety spot made the stop at the 41-yard line. Good for a pickup of 4.
You see on the replay here, just a little hole opens up. Gonzalez missing that tackle, an arm tackle that Flati able to run through and pick up about 4 yards on first down.
Cameron Smith, the wing safety, was also in there on the tackle. And DeMary returns to the backfield, lining up a step behind Pfeiffer on second down. He gets the carry. Here's DeMary, stopped in the backfield. Reed Gordon makes the tackle at the 40, goes for a loss of 1. And Gordon, the junior 6'1" linebacker, is one of the main stars of this team, represented the team at PAC Media Day this year.
Yeah, and you're going to see Gordon. He breaks through the block attempt from Robert Tamburino, not enough. Gordon, who will need to step up that much more with Trexler out of the game.
Late substitution as Geneva is able to get a defensive lineman off the field. On 3rd down and 7, needing the 47. Pass to the near side, it's caught. Daniel Sullivan on the connection with Pfeiffer. It's good enough to the 49-yard line of Grove City for another first down, a pickup of 9.
The Wolverines just have such a great array of receivers. Multiple senior leaders, and then a slot guy like Daniel Sullivan, 5'10", just 160. But the quickness, obviously we'll see him on kick returns, punt returns. He's able to find ways inside and out to get open.
And Sullivan, a young player, getting more and more opportunities in this Grove City offense. And it's Frazier, the lone wide receiver, lined up to the near side. Flati's the back. They hand it off his way. Flati gets stopped right near midfield. Tackle made by Colton Hill, sophomore 6'5" defensive end. 38 tackles last year from Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Went to Laurel High School. It's a pick of a 1.
And sort of a power pistol look from Grove City, but not much doing. So credit to the Golden Tornadoes defense to have that ready to go.
Ryan Heckathorn into the game as a slot receiver. Standing at the far side hash. Sullivan lined up near side. Frazier to the far side. Flati remains the back. Fake the handoff, look towards Frazier. He's got it. He gets tackled by Caputo at the 46. Good tackle made by Dante Caputo before Frazier, who had a little bit of running room if he was able to get past his defender. Only picks up 4.
And we'll see a lot of Geneva at times running with 3 safeties. And one of the leaders back there, the grad student Dante Caputo, comes up, makes a nice hit to prevent that from gaining any more yardage.
Brings up 3rd and 5. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. That's Frazier again. Flati remains the back. Pfeiffer with time, looks towards Frazier. Another slant route, he's got it right at the 40. Gets enough for a first down and a pickup of 6 yards. Second time in a row we've seen Frazier on the slant.
Yeah, and something else about having such a veteran group of receivers, they always seem to know, they have that instinct of just how far they have to go. Frazier, that route just getting beyond the sticks to give them enough.
It's like you can see the yellow line in your mind of where you need to go. And Pfeiffer put it right on the money as well. As Grove City drives into Geneva territory at the 40. Flati's the back. Pistol formation. He gets the handoff. Flati tries to go up the middle and spins his way towards the 37. That's where he's stopped after a pickup of 3 yards.
Again, trying to work it off the right side of that offensive line. And we see big Luke Jolly again turning in a defensive end. It doesn't break for a big one, but a few yards to set up a second, long 6 or 7?
Lonnie Kraft, the Western Beaver High School sophomore 6'2" strong safety, made the tackle. Robert Tamburino goes in motion towards the near side of the formation. Piper's pass is caught. There's Heckathorn. He's got another first down inside the 30. First catch of the day for Ryan Heckathorn, the senior 6'3" wide receiver that went to Blackhawk High School.
Heckathorn kind of quiet so far. We've seen a lot of focus on Scott Frazier. Sullivan has a grab or two, so he gets into the action to move the sticks this time.
Grove City quick to the line, now looks to the sideline. Ball in the near side hash at the 26. First down and 10. 15 seconds remain in the first quarter. Pfeiffer pitches it to Flati. Gets a block from Tamburino. Flati makes a man miss. Still going near the 10-yard line. Can't tiptoe his way down the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 12. Close to another first down, and officials say it is pickup of 10 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's going to put Grove City as a team over 100 yards on the ground in just this first quarter of play as the final seconds ticking away.
One quarter in the books from Grove City College. The defending PAC champion Wolverines from Robert E. Thorne Field lead 7-0. We'll change ends of the field and see if Grove City can punch it in and try to extend the lead here on KDKA Plus.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
At Loewe, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Loewe apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Loewe to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
Pursue your calling at Grove City College.
When severe weather threatens, we're always watching the sky. The First Alert Weather Team is working every day to keep your family safe.
We're on the lookout for those dangerous storms right where you live, keeping an eye on radar to track where the rain, hail, and lightning are hitting. We could see severe thunderstorm warnings.
Warning your neighborhood if we see a potential threat. So we're looking at excessive rainfall expected through this evening.
So we can keep you safe. We're always watching for the next big storm so your family is prepared.
Start of the second quarter and a beautiful day from Grove City, Pennsylvania, as the Wolverines have been terrific in the second quarter over the past year. Wolverines last year outscored their opponents 141-28 in the second quarter, and it's the quarter that Geneva struggles with the most. Opponents last year outscored the Golden Tornadoes 103-40 in the second quarter. Flati up the middle, tries to add on to the tally. He extends for the goal line, down at the 1-yard line. After a pickup of 11, will set up first and goal.
That right side of the Grove City offensive line, it was loaded up. They had several big bodies out there, an extra fullback, an extra tight end, kind of a big look on that outside to help things open up.
And Grove City outscored Geneva 14-0 in the second quarter in last year's 48-21 win. Wolverines looking to try to punch it in from a yard out. It's a jumbo formation. Lone wide receivers, Frazier lined up to the near side. Logan Pfeiffer goes under center. Tamburino the fullback, Flati the back. High formation. Pfeiffer takes the snap, hands off. Flati walks in. Nico Flati, touchdown, Grove City. And a methodical touchdown drive from Grove City. Couldn't draw it up any better.
Yeah, and it was also an unbalanced offensive line. They brought Luke Jolly over from the right side to the left to give themselves an extra tackle on that left side. And where did they go with it? Left side, easy walk-in touchdown.
Daniel Sullivan on to attempt the extra point, which is up and good. 14-0. 2 plays into the second quarter. Grove City doubles the lead. The Wolverines starting off right where they left off last year after an 11-1 season that ended in just a tight game in the D3 playoffs after winning first game of the D3 playoffs, a loss in the following round for the Wolverines and what could have been a run to the championship, lost to the eventual champs.
Yeah, and it was not any sort of blowout either. It was a game that went down to the last possible moment. So when we hear about PAC teams going through that national tournament at the end of the season. It's not the same story where it's early knockout in the playoff round and it's not a super competitive game. Something else that Coach DiDonato talked to us about earlier this week, Austin, now you get the feel when the team that wins the PAC goes in to that big dance, they actually have a shot to compete with the best in the nation.
And it was a 25-24 Cortland State victory, the difference being Cortland State scoring one additional point in the fourth quarter that made the ultimate difference. There's running room for Landon Smith up into the 32-yard line, maybe the 33. Good starting field position for Geneva.
We've talked about that Geneva rushing attack so far. I gave the numbers on that last drive. 9 carries with that triple option, just 8 yards to show for it. So the Grove City defense has been buckled up and ready to go for the vaunted triple option.
And Geneva last season averaged over 200 yards rushing per game. Did not throw for over 1,000 yards. 997 was the total passing yard number in 10 games last year for Geneva. Handoff goes to Ranson, and he's met at the 39, maybe the 34-yard line rather, after just a pickup of 2.
And Geneva with multiple 3-and-outs in this game as well. Grove City obviously in command of the time of possession and the plays offensively. So the Geneva defense probably needing a little bit of a breather over there. Hopefully the offense can keep it out for more than just 3 plays.
Myers this time keeps it. Is able to pick up about 4 yards. Makes his way to the 37 off left tackle. Sets up 3rd and manageable. And it seems like, Donnie, as you were alluding to, the Geneva offense has barely been on the field. 3-and-outs so far.
Yeah, that's not the way you want to start any game, let alone the start to your entire season. And we know that they're going through, I don't want to say growing pains, but a little bit of a difference when it comes to the offense. Those wrinkles thrown in by Tim Taylor, the new offensive coordinator.
They're down in 6. Myers to throw. Pass is caught. Stretching out, Sept Tyson. Looks like he's going to be a yard short at the 42. Noah Wheeler with a strong tackle from his cornerback spot. And this is what you would think for Geneva, an opportune position to go for it on 4th and 1.
Yeah, you have to be in the spot where, it's push is coming to shove here, quite literally. 4th and 1. Now you are on your own side of the field, so you were giving an awfully short field to Grove City if you don't get it.
Big play, 4th and 1. Myers hands it off. Ranson is stopped.
Man, that is a generous spot from the officials, too. I think they're going to have a little bit of a discussion about this. I didn't think it was close, but they're making it look much closer, and they are giving them the first down.
That's a great spot. It was Jordan Wilmore who had the ball, who had 16 rushes all last year, the sophomore fullback. He's the one that carried it. That's a quick pitch.
That's one of the more generous spots I've seen from the booth.
Did not look like he got there, but Geneva able to extend the drive. Ball at the 43. Fake the handoff, and Myers, he's leveled. Great play made by Shea Aiken again. Keep saying his name. The former running back. Senior 5'7" strong safety makes the stop for a loss of 1.
And when there isn't much of a threat to pass the football, Grove City able to play very aggressive against that run. They're able to load up the box, and that's why you're going to see a player like Aitken come all the way up from the safety position time and time again to make plays.
Wilmore is in there as the main back from Elizabeth Forward High School. Number 6, who was the one that converted on 4th down. He's got it, and Wilmore stopped at the 46-yard line. Strong play made by Ryan Montgomery, the free safety. Montgomery was banged up last year, missed most of the season, but Grove City very excited to have him back there in the secondary.
So you're going to see on this replay here, Wilmore with some room to work with, but the tackling for Grove City, something else you can add to that list of excellence so far for the Wolverines. A phenomenal open field play, or else it would have been a big one for the Golden Tornadoes.
It's 3rd and 7 as the rain starts to fall lightly here at Grove City. Nowhere to go. Ben Bladel denies Landon Smith on the end around and sets up 4th and long. This time, Geneva will send on the punting unit. Ben Bladel once again just taking your breath away and breaking through the line before anyone had a chance.
He's unreal, man. 17 sacks last season, the Division III All-American, a preseason All-American, multi-time first-team All-PAC. There is actual conversation where he ranks all-time among the entire conference when it comes to defensive players.
Bowden Davidson is back deep. Plato almost blocked the punt. And Davidson calls for a fair catch. And he's got it at the 27-yard line. As it's now a sideways rain blowing right to left. It's a cloudy day, but now the rain is kind of significantly picking up. Not a downpour, but pretty heavy sprinkle. 59 degrees here in Grove City, and there's patchy rain chances throughout the day, with the Wolverines taking over. First down and 10 with 10:42 to go, leading 14-0. So 3 tight ends on the near side of the line. Pfeiffer hands it off to Flati, trying to run up the middle. And he's met there by a plethora of defenders, including Cameron Smith from his linebacker spot. Cameron Smith is the only player back defensively for Geneva this season who had an interception last year. Everyone else graduated or is not back this year. Brings up second down and 9 after the pickup of 1. Pfeiffer looks to the near side. Gets the signals with Frazier on the near side of the field as well. Sullivan and Heckathorn, the wide receivers to the far side. Flati remains the back. Pfeiffer looking to take a shot. He's got Heckathorn, good enough for a first down to the 39. Late flag comes into the backfield. And Pfeiffer doesn't appear to like the call, and the offense is already starting to move backwards. Could be a holding call. Luke Jolly, the right tackle, guilty of the penalty.
A lot of praise so far for the big fella, but we'll see him on that right side, taking down that defensive end. Really could have gone either way there. Nothing egregious, but I'm not going to disagree with the call.
Second down and 19 after the holding call. The rain has stopped. You always wonder if players like playing in the rain, like the elements and the conditions. It's not the frigid temperatures of October football, but Pfeiffer looking to take a shot. Downfield for Sullivan. He's got it, off to the races. Daniel Sullivan, 20, 15, 10, walk-in, touchdown. 81-yard strike. Logan Pfeiffer to Daniel Sullivan for 6.
It was a one-on-one matchup, just kind of a skinny post, and we mentioned Sullivan, not the big receiver, not the huge target like Frazier or Heckathorn may be. Sullivan mostly a slot guy. That time he's on the outside. He finds himself wide open. You're going to see on this replay here a defender chasing him. Caden Holtzman, the man behind him. And Sullivan, once he had the football, it was curtains, as the kids say. He was off to the races for 6, now a 3-score lead for Grove City.
81 yards. Extra point is up and good as the wind was taking over the American flag that's blowing right by the scoreboard, but it didn't seem to affect that throw. Pfeiffer, Sullivan, 6, 21-0, Grove City leads.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
Potomac Furniture's factory authorized sale. Enjoy an additional discount on all Smith Brothers special order upholstery sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. Come in and save now through early September. Route 19 McMurray or PotomacFurniture.com. Hurry before the extra savings are gone.
At 2 Men and a Junk Truck, we can remove your things so you have room to dream.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
21-0, Grove City leads, 9:24 to go, second quarter of play. Daniel Sullivan has been a busy man, caught an 81-yard touchdown from Logan Pfeiffer. Then he kicks the extra point. Now he has to kick off.
Get some multi-talented players, especially at this level. We don't see a ton of guys or many guys at all that play both ways, but we'll see a lot of guys give extra effort on special teams. Think about it on the other side of the ball for Grove City. Ben Bladel, the other number 5 in this situation. He comes in and nearly blocks a punt last time out for Geneva.
Short kick is taken by Logan Hartshorn up to about the 25-yard line. How about Sullivan was recruited as a kicker, and his sister Rachel started 4 years as a defender for the Grove City women's soccer team. Last year, he only had 1 touchdown reception, 15 catches on the year for 358 yards, a big play wide receiver. Now already has his touchdown mark from last year.
I have a feeling he'll have many more as well as this season goes on, especially with the quarterback and that offense that the Wolverines are able to pose.
Myers under center. David Reed in there as the B-back. Pass is bobbled but caught. That's Keaton Baker making his first reception. Did not have a catch last year, the senior from Salem, Ohio. And some whistles from a couple of the referees near midfield. No reasonings why, as Andrew DiDonato is not going to get an explanation. Both coaches will. Not sure what the issue might be, but it is 2nd down and 3. Ball on the near side hash. I think maybe, if anything, a sideline warning. Reed remains the back. It's an under center offense for Myers, who looks to throw and take a shot downfield. Have a man open, and the pass is incomplete. Luke Crumbacher was wide open at the 30-yard line, but the ball slipped right through his hands. The rain is falling kind of steadily. It's a mist, but Crumbacher completely dropped it and had an opportunity to potentially score.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if in this game you will get a better opportunity if you're that Geneva offense. And really a lot of credit to Myers standing in there. Bryce Spolnick comes in with the hit as he throws. Listen, maybe a little bit behind the receiver, but pretty much right on that number. The play has to be made.
Not much for David Reed on the rush on 3rd down and 3. And it was a great move by Crumbacher. Both defenders on that side of the field for Grove City, they bought on the fake on the route, moving towards the inside route on a little bit of a slant, kind of a slant and go type of route. And Crumbacher was wide open. Myers just couldn't find him. And on 4th and along 2, Geneva will once again punt. Play clock down to 1, and Geneva likes to use a timeout. 8:11 remaining, 21-0. Grove City leads, and the Wolverines about to get the football back. Make sure to follow JRM Sports on social media, as well as watch our coverage of next week's Steelers High School Football Showcase game, 7 o'clock on KDKA Plus as Steel Valley battles South Park. All live here on KDKA Plus. Our high school football coverage and our college football coverage here on KDKA Plus. Back-to-back days, bringing you football action from around Western Pennsylvania and beyond. Bowden Davidson is back deep for Grove City, standing at the 30-yard line. Evan Baker gets the punt away. Low kick. And Davidson makes the fair catch once again at the 37-yard line. So we've seen Davidson as the punt returner for every single one. Him and Frazier both wearing number 3 that are dynamic in their own rights on their respective parts of the field. There is a flag down at the 34, though. Officials trying to sort everything out. Holding goes against Grove City. Saw Ben Bladel almost block a punt. This time guilty of a hold. It moves the ball to the 26 after the 10-yard penalty. First down and 10. Just over 8 minutes to go in the half. Grove City leads 21-0 to defending PAC champions. Looking to start off with a bang once again. Pfeiffer hands it off. Ian DeMary spinning off tacklers. Good enough for a first down. Up to the 38.
And again, that right side a little bit extra loaded for Grove City. They send Robert Tamburino, the fullback, out there on that edge to work along with Jolly. You see that hole open up on that replay. Another nice run for DeMary to get enough for the first down and then some.
And Luke Jolly, Dylan Lane, good blocking on that right side. Brady Brungard, the first-team All-PAC center. Tamburino is a 2-time second-team All-PAC player as well. Pfeiffer hands it off, this time to Nico Flati. Flati with a burst of speed, past midfield. Flati's tracked down in Geneva territory at the 44. Almost broke another long score.
Let me know if you've heard this one before. The right side of the Grove City offensive line being a dominant force, opening up a huge hole. We see the replay there. A great kick-out block from Anthony Brunette, another fullback on this Grove City offense. Leaves the hole gaping for another big gain.
And another timeout called by Geneva. Geneva gives up 31 points a game, and last year only scored 20 points per game. 11-point differential. Gino DeMarco, with the appointment of new offensive coordinator Tim Taylor, was wanting to focus a little bit more on the defensive side of the ball. And you haven't really seen it transpire as well for Geneva. It was a lot of new players this year. Sometimes you're just trying to shake off the rust. It hasn't been there for Grove City, and the Wolverines have taken full advantage.
Yeah, I mean, we knew this was going to be tough sledding for Geneva coming into this game. I think that Coach DeMarco kind of saw that on the the writing on the wall as well, because Grove City returning so many players from a team that had just won the President's Athletic Conference in Geneva, a team that's normally in the middle of the pack in the PAC, and they lose a lot of players due to graduation. And I think we kind of knew the direction this game may go in. Grove City, though, it does not look in any way, shape, or form like a Week 1 game for them. It looks like a mid-season form type feel on both sides of the football.
And for Geneva, you don't have Caleb Romano, who was going to be your transfer starting quarterback coming into the game. Banged up with an injury, not playing today. As Piper hands it off, Ian DeMary tackled in the backfield. Good stop made by Reed Gordon. Gordon's been the main force defensively, the middle linebacker. The junior from Boonesboro, Maryland. Another tackle.
Yeah, and we see him come through pretty much unblocked. Able to read that immediately. Last season, Gordon, 25 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery. Kind of just working his way into that defense as a sophomore, but now one of the leaders as a junior.
It's a loss of 2, second down and 12. Piper looking to take another shot. Delivers to the near side, it's caught. Frazier on the reception, close to a first down at the 33. And it is good enough on the reception for 12 yards to Scott Frazier, the senior wide receiver, All-PAC player. He's a preseason All-American, had it over 1,000 yards last year and 10 touchdowns.
Yeah, those up and out patterns for Scott Frazier have really just turned into a pitch and catch of sorts between himself and Logan Pfeiffer. He always has plenty of space to seemingly make an easy grab.
Yeah, and Pfeiffer has done a great job of putting the ball on his wide receivers as well in good spots. Ball in the near side hash. Sun peeking out behind the clouds, lighting up the field. That's Flati. Looks to pick a hold of Chase. Loses the football. Is able to fall back on it, though. Isiago, the freshman, number 63, from Sykeville, Maryland, is the one that forced it.
Yeah, Dalton 4 having some trouble with Isiago. You said the size, 5'10", 270. The freshman, he almost creates a big defensive play for Geneva. Would have been a much-needed one.
Flati was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, though, when he pounced on the football. Flati, an all-region player, first-team All-PAC, 8 touchdowns last year, ran for over 1,200 yards. Pfeiffer on play action, looking to take a shot towards Frazier on the far side. Similar route, he's got it. Frazier makes a man miss, starts to go backwards, then forwards again, gets the first down and dives towards the 20. What a move by Scott Frazier. Juked out a couple of different defenders for a pickup of 12.
Yeah, yet again, up and out for Frazier. And yet again, pretty much a pitch and catch between the quarterback and wide receiver that leaves a couple of Golden Tornadoes slow to get up.
He made Tywan Cousin, the freshman, corner miss, making his first start of his collegiate career. And there's a player down for Geneva on the far side of the field right near the bench. Just under 5 minutes to go before halftime. 21-0 is the score. Grove City leads it. Austin Bechtold, Donnie Chedrick, and Susie Cool alongside. Here from Grove City as we begin the 2024 PAC Game of the Week calendar at the home of the defending champions, Grove City. Wolverines finished last year 11-1 overall.
And if you have questions as to how explosive this Grove City offense can be, 27 plays run in this first half. There's still about 5 minutes to go. Over 300 yards of total offense.
The 11th ranked team in the nation, according to D3Football.com. Flati on the carry. He's able to pick up about 4 yards inside the red zone of the 16. Two PAC teams are in the D3Football.com top 25. You see another look at the run by Flati. The tackle made there by Payne Brereton on 2nd and 6. Carnegie Mellon, 10-1 season last year, ranked 22nd. Only loss, Grove City. Pfeiffer gives it to Flati. Flati bounces off tackles. Flati to the 5. Flati dives towards the 1 yard line. And Flati is tackled down at the 3.
And that time we see Flati go left side. It was big Nate Brady, the left guard, 6 foot, 295-pounder. He helped open that thing up, and also Dalton 4. So great work between the left guard and left tackle. They open up the big hole that time.
First and goal at the 3 yard line. Jumbo set for Grove City, including Tamburino on the left side of the line. Flati is the back. Grove City in no hurry to rush up to the line with 5 on the play clock. Pfeiffer gives it to Flati. Flati stopped down at the 2. Convoy defenders were in for Geneva. Nick Sorello, the junior linebacker from Port Colborne, Ontario, Canada, made the tackle. Not too often you see Canadians playing in the PAC. 2.5 to go before halftime. 2nd and goal at the 2. Flati remains the back. High formation. Pfeiffer hands it off to Flati. He's decked. Great play made by Reed Gordon in the backfield. Goes for a loss of 2. Set up 3rd and goal at the 4.
And yet again, like we saw the last time Grove City was in this situation, they overload the left side of that offensive line. They bring an extra fullback in. They bring Luke Jolly from the right side to left, running an off-balance offensive line. But this time, not an easy walk-in touchdown. Credit to Geneva for standing up.
And it's the 2-minute timeout with 21-0 to score. Grove City in front as we take a break. Back for 3rd and goal after this on KDKA Plus.
Hey, Mom, where's the dock?
It's in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Today is the day. Let's take a quick look at the weather and traffic. It's a chilly 22 degrees out there, so bundle up. We'll be hanging out all day, so don't forget to stop by and see us, grab some hot chocolate, and support a great cause.
Now is the time. Today is the day for us to strike out and move forward in confidence and faith.
Of the 399 points that Grove City scored last year, 141 of them were in the second quarter. Grove City's done a good job of commanding the clock and commanding the score here in the second quarter. Looking to score again on 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line. Ian DeMary, the back, with Tamburino lined up near side of the line, and Piper in the pistol. He takes the handoff, fakes it, throws to the near side, pass is caught. Flag is thrown on the reception made from Scott Frazier. Tried to box himself out with the defender. Caputo was over there, also Blaze Hargrove. Frazier pointing in the defense's direction. Pass interference called to the defense. Scott Frazier boxes his way into a touchdown and scores his first of the year to extend the Grove City lead.
And we're going to see again the play action fake and that throw to the corner. Probably not even worth throwing the flag on that one. Some jostling back and forth. Hargrove gets beat. The corner, a good size matchup there, though. Hargrove 6'2", Frazier 6'4", but again, the big wide receiver makes it happen.
Daniel Sullivan's extra point is up and good with 1:56 remaining. In the first half of play, 28-0, Grove City in command against Geneva. And make sure to follow us on JRM Sports' social media accounts at JRM Sports on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. You'll find JRM Sports there, as well as on Instagram and YouTube as well. Real-time content and highlights at JRM Sports. One of Andrew DiDonato's main sayings is focus on your vision, not your circumstance. They are now the hunted, not the hunters this year. As the defending champs, you go undefeated. Everyone's coming at you now. And Grove City's been up to the task so far in the home opener.
Yeah, as they say, in a team in their position, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And you can think some of the big guns in the PAC, they're going to have some fun matchups with Grove City this season.
Fair catch called for. We'll put the ball at the 25-yard line. So 155 for Geneva still to work with. And if you're the Golden Tornadoes and Gino DeMarco, what do you want to see before you go into half?
I really just want to see my offense move the ball a little bit, because so far today, 19 plays run by this Geneva offense, 26 total yards, only 14 rushing yards on 16 plays. At least something to take into the locker room with some progression showed. shown on the offensive side.
And the passing attack really has been one of the best parts of this offense for Geneva early and often, as the run goes to the far side for Philip Ranson, and he just gets back to the line.
Ranson on the run, brought down by Jolly. No gain. 2nd and 10 at the 20.
You see Luke Jolly on the offensive line. You see Jack Jolly at his linebacker spot. The junior from Penn Trafford makes the stop. Bladel, Jolly, Jason Minch, Bryce Spolnick, some of the guys in the front 7 for Grove City that when you run into them, you're not going to break many tackles.
The tackling has been excellent on the Grove City side of things. Part of the idea I was mentioning earlier about how they look like they're in mid-season form. Like you come into a game like this and you expect at least a few mistakes to be made. They really have none.
No rush for Geneva as the pitch is once again blown up. Ben Bladel was there. Caleb Brubaker also in there on the tackle for a loss of a yard. And Grove City elects to use a timeout with 57 seconds left. Went for a loss of 1 on the pitch. And the Grove City faithful love it. Mind you, Indiana Hoosier basketball
I was thinking
a little
the same thing.
They got the shakers, they got the foam fingers. Those are your dedicated #1 fans.
The red and white pinstripes. Overalls, kind of like that look.
So it's 3rd and 11 upcoming for Geneva. And we've seen the most explosive play be the throw to Luke Krumbacher. Winning the line of scrimmage is something that Gino DeMarco highlighted as something that needed to happen with 10 new starters on offense, and it's just something that has not come to fruition.
Yeah, I mean, it also just comes down to how good Grove City is, and it comes back to the amount of returners they have and, you know, the domination that they are able to display.
Myers keeps it, does not elect to pitch the football, and just gets back to the line of scrimmage at the 24-yard line, and Grove City will call timeout once again with 51 seconds left. Wolverines have 1 left. Geneva also with 1 timeout remaining.
Myers on the run, brought down by Aiken and Brubaker. Short gain on the play. It will be 4th down for Geneva.
Stick around for our halftime coverage here from Grove City College. Had a chance to talk to the senior quarterback, Logan Pfeiffer, at PAC Media Day just a couple of weeks ago from St. Vincent about his journey winning the PAC, playing in the D3 playoffs. So he gets warmed up, ready to go back out there on 4th and 10 for Geneva.
I wouldn't be stunned here, Austin, if Grove City really came after this punt. I mean, there's not much time left in the first half, under a minute to go, and they're using timeouts defensively. They're not content with just going into the locker room as is. They're up by 4 scores, but it tells me if you're going to be aggressive with the clock, and now we see it's loaded up on that special teams front for Grove City. I think they're going to come after this one.
Bowden Davidson is back. We'll see if Bladel can try to get in there. Bladel is blocked by 2 defenders. Of course, the priority goes towards him. It's a short kick that takes a roll, and Davidson lets go in his own side of the field, where it stops at the 47. 40 seconds remaining in the half.
Make no mistake about it, though. This is enough time for the Grove City offensive line, or for the offense. The offensive line included in that. 40 seconds to go. I know the timeouts are not on their side, only 1 remaining, but they're averaging 10 yards per play. They may take a couple of deep shots here. We'll see how they want to handle this one, but they are already close to midfield.
Trying to knock the knockout punch before you even get to halftime. Trying to make it a 35-0 game. It's 28-0 right now. Grove City in front. Pfeiffer in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side. Pfeiffer looking middle of the field. Pass is overthrown. Was trying to connect with Heckathorn. And Dante Caputo, the North Allegheny product, was there, standing right about the 28, and it's a little bit out of his reach. Potentially grab an interception there. And
you see the replay. That is one of the only misses today from Pfeiffer. 11 of 13 on the day. 165 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He has not been sacked. 84.6% completion percentage. I mean, that's near perfection from your starting quarterback in the first half.
He's been lethal. 52 completion percentage rate last year. The clock did not start, and 6 seconds came off, so 34 seconds officially now on the clock. Second down and 10, ball at the 46 of Grove City. Some more formation for Pfeiffer. Take the handoff again. They bring pressure, and it's dumped off to Flati on the screen. Flati with blocking, gets past midfield. Flati still going, but decked at the 47. Short of first down by a couple of yards. Stopped there by Cameron Smith.
Trying to run this quickly, but you're going to see on this replay here, the left tackle, Dalton Ford, he gets out in space. He's about to flatten somebody. Bam, there it is. Opens things up a little bit. A nicely developed screen there. 3rd and short for Grove City.
Yeah, you're talking 6'3" Dalton Ford and 6'8" Luke Jolly. Just boulders, mountains at 305 each on the two opposite sides of the line.
Yeah, and those guys able to move very well on the outside. That is why this offensive line for Grove City also just perfectly constructed. Normally you go inside out when it comes to the shortest guy to the tallest guy. The tackle's obviously going to be your tallest guys, and the guys in the middle going to be your meatier dudes that just road grade everybody. You have Brungard in the middle, 5'11", 295. Brady and Lane at right and left guard, both of them 6 foot and 6'2", respectively, and both around 290 pounds.
And 3-year starter, honorable mention all PAC players. Pfeiffer looks to take a shot over the middle, and it's incomplete. Was looking for Daniel Sullivan on a deep post route towards the 25, and it brings up 4th down with 17 seconds left, and Grove City will punt.
So I think that's something positive to take into the locker room for Geneva. We're going to see on the replay here, Pfeiffer had time to make the throw. It came out a little bit funny. The ball bouncing short of the intended target, Sullivan. But Geneva getting a defensive stop there before we go into the locker room. That has to at least feel good on that visiting sideline.
And Geneva will send no one deep. Going to try to block this punt. 17 seconds left. Clean exchange and gets it away. Or it takes a hop and nicely downed at the 2-yard line. Derek Lambert from Denver, PA, junior wide receiver, is the one who's able to stop it inside the 5-yard line with 9 seconds left.
All 3 phases of the game have just been outstanding for Grove City. Another example there. We've seen how good the offense and defense has been this afternoon. But you see the replay there. Downing the football inside the 2-yard line. Probably just a dive-type play here to dig them out a little bit. And we're going to go to the locker rooms.
Try to prevent a safety on the 2-yard line and any further points for Grove City.
I would not try to do anything towards the outside. I would either sneak this or just a simple dive.
I would not be surprised to see a Darren Myers quarterback sneak. He does hand it off. It's David Reed on the carry. Reed loses a yard to the 1. Grove City wants the safety, but instead will go to the locker room with a commanding lead, 28-0. A dominant performance by the Grove City Wolverines, as Susie Cool is standing by with the head coach, Andrew DiDonato, on the field. Susie.
Thanks, Austin. Coach, you talked earlier this week saying that Geneva always comes with a little bit of unpredictability. Where's your offense best matching up against that unpredictability today?
Yeah, I mean, I think for our offense, we've been able to run the football. I think some of those big runs early then opened up some of the passes when we needed it. So just proud of our guys up front that we were able to get the run game going early.
Geneva with a youthful roster, your roster featuring a lot of experience. So how's that experience playing a role in the lead that you have right now?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things you can point to is our defense. The triple option's tough, but to hold them to 0 points in the first half, I think our guys are mature, especially on defense, and did a great job holding them to 0 points.
Thanks, Coach. Austin?
Thanks, Susie, and thank you, Coach Andrew DiDonato, who goes into the break. The dominant performance, 28-0. The Wolverines lead it. Stick around for our Logan Pfeiffer interview. Got a chance to talk to the senior quarterback, the PAC champion from a year ago, as the Wolverines are out in front. The first game of the season, the PAC season underway here in 2024.
I'm Megan Schiller, and I'm on an important new assignment to save you money.
I'm going to tell you everything you need to know before you go out and buy more sunscreen.
Protect you from the sneakiest scams.
Pay attention to your mail because a scam letter could soon arrive.
And put the power of KDKA behind you when you've been wronged and feel like no one else will listen.
After you did some calling, emailing, I fabulously got phone calls.
I'm the only local reporter doing this, so if you need answers, just think Message Megan. KDKA investigates.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Everybody to D3 football on KDKA Plus. We're at Robert E. Thorne Field here in Grove City, home of the Grove City Wolverines, and they're currently up 28-0 over the Geneva Golden Tornadoes. And it's the first week of pack play here in Western Pennsylvania. So now it's time to take a look at the top 5 players you should look out for in the PAC this season.
Hello everybody, and welcome to this year's Top 5 Plays. I'm Ethan Spazarski. Traditionally, we use this time to look back on the top 5 plays of the previous week. However, with this being our opening PAC week of football, we're going to dive into the top 5 players to look forward to this year. Starting at number 5, we have Zane Cawley out of Waynesburg University. Cawley, while not being the starter until halfway through the season last year, he managed to rush for 865 yards, averaging over 6 yards per carry and 10 total touchdowns. He shared the backfield with Justin Flack, a player that finished with the 3rd most rushing yards in Waynesburg football history, but started leaving his own legacy with his record-breaking 336-yard and 4-touchdown game against Bethany on November 4th. Cawley should find his way back onto the near tops of the list totals in rushing yards, yards per carry, and touchdowns. At number 4, we have defensive back David Williams from Allegheny. Williams last year won Newcomer of the Year in the PAC for football after tying third in the PAC with 13 pass breakups and 21 total tackles and 2 interceptions. Williams is only going into his sophomore year, so keep an eye out for him as he continues this trend for the next 3 seasons. Our number 3 player is going to be Alex Fromberg from Case Western. Fromberg earned all PAC honorable mention, also the CSDC academic honors. Fromberg completed 56% of his passes, passed for 323 yards, and over 2,700 total scrimmage yards and 23 touchdowns. Fromberg has a chance to lead the PAC in passing this year, as the year prior finished third in passing. Coming in at number 2 is John Peduzzi of the Washington and Jefferson Presidents. Peduzzi finished second last year in all-purpose yards. He was on the All-PAC first team, All-ECAC first team, and the D3Football.com's All-Region 2 first team as well. In 11 games, he had over 1,100 receiving yards. He averaged 92.8 yards per game and 18 receiving touchdowns. And I'm literally not reading that wrong. It literally is 18 receiving touchdowns. But despite the Presidents not winning the PAC since 2018, the Presidents have always been contenders for the top of the conference. And as long as Peduzzi is on the team, it'll always be an option. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the number 1 player this year to look out for, linebacker Ben Bladel from Grove City. Entering his third year as a starter for the Wolverines, he is second in all-time in career sacks for the Wolverines. He was named the D3 All-American. He's PAC Defensive Player of the Year and many other accomplishments that literally could fill pages. Last season, Bladel had over 100 tackles, 17 sacks, and had 9 forced fumbles, recovering 5 of them. Bladel is without a doubt a force to be reckoned with when facing Grove City, not just this season, but next as well. That is going to wrap it up here for me. I hope you did enjoy some of the top players playing in the PAC this season. For myself, Ethan Spazarski here at Waynesburg, I'm saying so long, and we'll see you guys next week.
While we're looking at players around the PAC, it's time for our senior spotlight this week, and one of our very own at today's game, and someone that Grove City head coach Andrew DiDonato went on and off about while we interviewed him earlier this week, quarterback Logan Piper. Let's take a look.
You're watching PAC football here on KDKA Plus. I'm Austin Bechtel, joined alongside senior quarterback for the defending PAC champions, Logan Piper. Logan, great to be with you, coming off of an absolutely fantastic season. Wrap it all up in a bow for me. Winning the PAC, being undefeated, and winning a couple of playoff games in the NCAA playoff.
Incredible. I mean, it's what we dreamed of. Every single summer we come in, we have visions, compete for PAC championships. To actually do that last year was incredible.
Was it better than you could have imagined it was going to be?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So how do you want to build off of last season to try to do it again and repeat as champions?
Take it 1 week at a time, 1 game at a time, and we're going to still compete for PAC championships.
And that's a big thing that Coach DiDonato preaches, and it's right here on the helmet, brick by brick. That mentality, how has that driven you guys and putting you in success to win?
It's driven us because we come in, we don't look at the season in the big picture. We look at it 1 day at a time, 1 game at a time, 1 week at a time. So it's easy to lock in for that rep for that game instead of look at the whole season and get overwhelmed. So it's easy to take it 1 game at a time.
So why football? What drives you to the sport? And what draws, your family, you come from a very athletic family, football family, that has been drawn to the sport and love playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was actually in baseball. I started baseball when I was 3, started playing football when I was 5. Thought a whole high school career I was going to be a baseball player in college. I got some D1 AA, D2 looks, but then after sophomore season, I just fell in love with football again.
Is anything from baseball been able to help translate into football and help you as a quarterback?
Absolutely. Baseball is the only sport you can go 3 for 10 and be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So, and then that positive next play outlooks definitely helps.
It's hard to pick a favorite memory, I'm sure, so far, but what has been one of them or even 2 of them that you can highlight?
I'd say top 2. Number 2 being throwing the touchdown pass against Susquehanna. 7 seconds left. And number 1, hoisting that PAC trophy on the field.
When you threw that ball against Susquehanna, we've all seen the play. Did you expect it to be caught for a touchdown?
I saw a guy coming, and I said, I can't get sacked, so I'm going to throw this ball up. And, yeah, it was a great play, great overall catch by Ryan Lenhart. But I'll say I expect it to be caught, yeah.
Talking to Grove City quarterback Logan Piper. So, Logan, going into this season with a lot of guys back, how important is that for Grove City, and how do you want to continue to show some of the newer guys that are into the program, whether it be transfers or freshmen, what the culture is like at Grove City? It's
huge for us because coming into the season, we have the biggest rush we've ever had. We're pushing 150 guys, so to have that much experience, because we only have so many coaches on the coaching staff, so all these guys are going to come in, and upperclassman job is to teach them when the coaches can't. So I think that's going to be huge, to teach the culture, playbook, everything.
Other than brick by brick, how would you define the Grove City culture?
Good to great each rep, 1 each week.
You and Coach Denino have a great relationship that's been going on since, I think you said, 7 years old.
Yep.
How has that relationship continued to mold and blend and gotten you to this point?
It went from chewing sour straws on the bus rides to away games to now I'm sitting in his office every 2-3 times a week, talking over film, talking over faith, talking over academics. So it's definitely grown, and it's definitely been awesome.
What's something about Grove City that you don't think people know that you want them to know?
The community is so involved. I mean, you go to our night game, there's 7,000, 8,000 people there, white out, sold out crowd. The hills are all filled, which is crazy for a D3, but the community is definitely there for you.
Especially when I ask you about the homecoming game. I've heard so much about it, and I'm very excited to be able to experience it this year.
Yeah.
Where streets are blocked off, there's a parade, the stands are completely packed, standing room only. What is that environment like to play in?
I don't get nervous a lot, but those types of games are still ones I get nervous for. But unfortunately, I never get to see the parade because I'm down there early stretching, getting ready for the game. But I've seen videos, I watch it online. It's awesome. The amount of alumni that come back still support the program is insane.
So what are you most looking forward to academically, athletically in your senior season? And also, what do you plan to do once you graduate from Grove City?
Academically, I'm just going to keep it one class at a time. Try not to overwhelm myself. I know everyone thinks you slack off, but I think this is where I had to finish strong for my senior year. Athletically, just try to build off last year. It's a great season last year. We were like a 15-0 though, not 11-1.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know if I'll be able to give up the game right away. I definitely want to get into coaching, but we'll see where job lies and everything else.
What position would you like to coach? Quarterback?
Quarterback or OC, definitely.
So Logan, everybody has a support system, people who have backed them throughout the years, family, friends, support staff. What do you like to say to them going into your senior year and the support that they've given you along the way?
Thank you. Just an understatement. I mean, I don't even have the amount of words to say, but thank you for everything. I mean, they've been there day one. My parents have sacrificed so much for me. It's a big reason why I chose Grove City, so they can come watch every single game. I think they deserve it.
One final thing for you, Logan. Everybody's going to be coming for you guys as the defending champions. I mean, you know that. That's no surprise. What do you plan to do mentality-wise, physicality-wise to try to combat that and be able to stay on top?
I think we're going to just have to be able to get up. I know we're going to take punches here and there every once in a while. I mean, there's some really good teams this conference, so we got to be able to get back up and fight.
Logan Piper, quarterback for Grove City College, the defending PAC champions. Really appreciate your time here on KDKA+.
Grove City up 28-0 over the Geneva Golden Tornadoes. We'll be back with D3 football on KDKA+ after this.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her, a new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
At Laway, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Laway apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Laway to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
Potomac Furniture's factory authorized sale. Enjoy an additional discount on all Smith Brothers special order upholstery sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. Come in and save now through early September. Route 19 McMurray or PotomacFurniture.com. Hurry before the extra savings are gone.
Welcome back to D3 College Football on KDKA Plus. Grove City up 28-0 over Geneva College. I'm Susie Cole, and right now we're going to go back up to the booth with Austin and Donnie for some halftime highlights and stats.
Thank you, Susie. It's been a dominant performance by the defending PAC champion Grove City Wolverines, and Donnie, the stats are in full indication of that.
Yeah, Austin. I mean, Grove City outgaining Geneva by over 300 yards of offense. 338 total yards on offense for the Wolverines, 25 total yards for the Golden Tornadoes in that triple option. It has not been a pretty one for the Tornadoes. We knew it would be some uphill sledding. You see the stats there on your screen. How about the first down numbers? 13-1. Here's one thing to credit Geneva, though. It is week 1, 0 penalty yards. A couple have been declined, but not a team getting overly penalized.
338-25, the difference in total yards, as it began with an Ian DeMary run for 74 yards. Touchdown run with Daniel Sullivan's extra point good with 6:53 to go in the first quarter, and 21 points. It's a dominant quarter for Grove City over the past year plus. Nico Flati, a 1-yard rushing touchdown. Logan Piper to Daniel Sullivan, 81 yards. And Piper's pass complete to Scott Frazier before the end of the first half. As we take a look at some of our first half highlights, there's Ian rumbling down the field for the first score of the game. The only score of the first quarter of play. Followed by Flati, the all-region player, taking it in from 1 yard out, an easy score. This may be the most impressive play of the game. Piper connecting with Sullivan on a play that just looked easy. Throw it to the hash, catch it right in the bucket on the pass from Piper, and the easy score. And Piper strike to Scott Frazier in the end zone, as well as, how about downing the ball, as you saw at the very end there, with Grove City downing it at the 2 and 1 yard shy of what could have been a safety, and Geneva giving up 2 more points. It's what's now 28-0. We welcome you back inside the booth. Austin Bechtold, Donnie Chedrick alongside. Donnie, I don't really know what you can say more about Grove City. So how about for Geneva? What do you want to see for them, for head coach Gino DeMarco, in the second half to try to get some momentum, some offense going? Because you have 1 first down, there's no positives really to take away from this game.
Yeah, I mean, Coach DeMarco is somebody who has been around the block and then some. He's coached for 30-plus seasons at Geneva. He's been in situations where he's on the receiving end of scores like this, like today. He's been in situations where he's on the opposite end, where he is the team that's up by multiple touchdowns at the break. I think the message there is that, hey, let's wipe the slate clean at the half. Let's just come out and play our style of football. You know, don't focus on that scoreboard, especially if things get more out of hand. Let's just try to do some positive things on both sides and, you know, take this one into next week.
Especially as a young team, a lot of learning curves you can take from this and try to build off of it for the following weeks to come as we start off the season here at Grove City with a 28-0 score. Grove City out in front of Geneva. Back after this at the start of the second half.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Think you've tried everything at Panera? Think again. Introducing more new sandwiches and salads with our new flavor-packed toasted Italiano and the mouth-watering Mediterranean chicken greens with grains. More in every bite, just like the new ciabatta cheesesteak with melty provolone and garlic aioli. And more new options under $10, including our new creamy bacon mac and cheese. Come taste the new era at Panera.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine, and Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
Potomac Furniture's factory authorized sale. Enjoy an additional discount on all Smith Brothers special order upholstery sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. Come in and save now through early September. Route 19 McMurray or PotomacFurniture.com. Hurry before the extra savings are gone.
Kickoff from Ryan Reitler goes for a touchback. Grove City will begin on the 25-yard line. Let's send it down to Susie Cool. We'll talk to Geneva head coach Gino DeMarco coming out of half.
Thanks, Autzen. Geneva head coach Gino DeMarco said that he just wants his team to play more consistently. They made big mistakes in that first half, and when you make mistakes against a team like Grove City, you're going to get exposed, so they got to keep playing. Austin?
Yeah, and mistakes, it hasn't really shown up in terms of the overall penalties, but there's been mistakes in coverage and also just filling in gaps defensively that we've seen Grove City be able to exploit. They've done a nice job of, as Logan Pfeiffer returns to the field, was 12 of 15 for 172 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half of play. Takes the handoff to Flati, another crossing route. It's Frazier, makes the catch, gets spun past a couple of defenders for a first down. He's able to get about 11, maybe 10 and a half, and Scott Frazier, the Knock High School product, senior 6'4" receiver, moves the chains.
Something else of note on both sides, as we will see the replay here, another pretty easy throw and catch to Frazier. Credit on both sides offensively, no turnovers in that first half. We did see each team put the football on the ground once, but both recovered by the offensive parties.
Ball to 36. And DeMary goes for about a yard or two, up to about the 38. And we talked about how the playbook for Grove City is simplified. We've seen it a lot with the slant routes to Frazier as we take another look at the DeMary run. For just a couple, Reed Gordon was in there, a couple other defenders as well after the gain of just 2. Ryshawn Johnson, a freshman from Harrisburg, PA, also in there on the stop. A couple slant routes, and then also the deep shot. But the slant routes keeping them honest, and now Pfeiffer looking to take another shot, this time near side. It's an out route caught by Daniel Sullivan. Sullivan picks up another Grove City first down, this time to the Geneva 48.
Sullivan, a really shifty player. He had the long touchdown earlier. He did a little shimmy shake move there before he goes out near the boundary. Again, another easy grab. And you mentioned the simplified offense that Grove City runs, and we talked to Coach DeMarco about how his defense at Geneva can combat it. He said it's difficult because they can do pretty much whatever they want. They make it simple, but they do it so well, whether it's running the football or putting it in the air.
Logan Pfeiffer with time, takes a shot downfield for Heckathorn, it's intercepted. Caden Holtzman on the grab. First turnover of the game as Pfeiffer coughs it up on the interception, and a good play made by Holtzman to high point the football.
Really a rare miss. When it comes to Pfeiffer with the football in his hands, you're going to see him roll out to his right side. He had some time to put this one down the field, and I think we would have expected, hey, this is going to be put right on the money, but it was the defender that time. It was Holtzman who was in best position to make the play. That left Ryan Heckathorn trying to play some defense at the end.
Caden Holtzman from McKeesport High School, a sophomore, 6-foot corner, hits the ball back to his offense. First possession of the second half. There's a flag down on the field. Penalty was against Grove City. It is declined. So Geneva couldn't really ask for a better way to start the second half.
No, I mean, and we just got done talking about how neither offense has turned the football over, and that's something that you can highlight since it is the first real game that both teams have played here in 2024. And oddly enough, it's Grove City who's done pretty much everything perfectly, turning it over.
Darren Myers pitches. David Reed, good carry. Reed just having defenders bounce off of him. It's a big back. Junior, 5'11", 220 from Goldsboro, North Carolina. Picks up 11 and a first down.
Yeah, and Reed, you see him on that replay. He's every bit of that 220. Sort of a pinball type play to knock him out of bounds.
And Brubaker made the tackle, but a couple of guys missing space. Ryan Montgomery is the one who slipped there trying to make the tackle. Myers will throw. Quick pass caught by Seth Tyson. Tyson is dragged out of bounds by Davidson at the 34-yard line. Pickup of about 5.
Already just 2 plays in offensively for Geneva in this second half, and we can almost say they're moving it better than they did that entire first half.
Well, they picked up a first down already, so already making progress there with Darren Myers looking to throw again, this time right to the far side of the field. The only wide receiver there is Keaton Baker, and he's brought down. Myers stopped there by Caleb Brubaker in the backfield for a loss. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Myers had some time there rolling out to his right side, but Brubaker, good closing speed to come in and finish that play off, and now that pushes them back to the original line of scrimmage here for this set of downs, 3rd and 10.
Myers, maybe a broken play, tried to run up the middle and maybe trying to pitch it to David Reed as Reed walks over to the sideline. Looks like it had to have been some miscommunication there from Geneva, and the punting unit comes on. Kobe Bonanno from New Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, 3-year letter winner at nose tackle, made the stop. So 4th and 10. Geneva will punt it away. Bowden Davidson back deep. Baker's punt. Takes a good Geneva hop and rolls to about the 28 where it's picked up. So the Grove City offense takes over, leading it 28-0, has been in full control. Logan Piper's interception on the previous drive, the only turnover of the game. Piper threw for over 2,000 yards last year, 19 touchdowns, ran for 4 touchdowns at a QB rating of 137.8.
And he led the conference in quarterback rating in 2022, along with leading the PAC in yards that season, a 2-time second-team All-PAC player.
And off goes to Flati. Flati with a good carry. Takes defenders with him to the 35. Pick of about 7. And it's an offense that is actually statistically better in the ground game than through the air. 196 rushing yards per game compared to 184 passing last season.
And Flati and DeMary both around that same range of yardage. Flati with about a dozen more carries than what DeMary has. DeMary had that long run. It was a 74-yard run, so his number's a little bit skewed in the positive direction. But it has been a balanced ground attack between multiple runners.
The referees were signaling up to the press box about winding the clock as the clock was continuing to roll there. And now it restarts again at 10:47. A little bit of wind, but pretty good weather conditions here in the second half as Flati takes the carry up the middle. Good blocking there, lowers the shoulder. Flati still going up towards the 43-yard line. Nico Flati delivered the boom and kept going.
Yeah, and we will see on the replay here, he finds that little hole on the right side, lowers that shoulder. That should put Flati right around the century mark for today's game as Grove City continues to run the football very well.
Yeah, Reed Gordon eventually brought him down, but he ran right over Cameron Smith. He did a good job of slowing up Flati, but Flati just too strong. He gets another carry, running near side. Flati makes Smith miss and goes out of bounds after a pickup of a couple.
He was at 99 yards on that run there, so that will officially put Flati into triple digits, and he makes a little move as he gets to the outside.
Little juke play you see in basketball.
Yeah, and you see Cameron Smith, the one that's fooled, coming up from that safety spot.
Get around the defender, get to where you need to be for a pickup of 4 yards. Ball at the 47. Robert Tamburino back in there. Anthony Brunette as well, 2 fullbacks. This carry goes to Ian DeMary for a couple. Makes his way into Geneva territory to the 49, 2 yards short of a first down.
And that's something, too, with this Grove City offense, how they're so balanced, and we'll see the replay here of DeMary getting a chunk of yardage, 3rd and short coming up for Grove City. When they get in positions like this where they lead by multiple scores, they're able to lean on that run game. They're not a one-dimensional team that can only do it through the air. They're able to grind that clock as much as possible.
3rd down and 2. Give to DeMary again. Falls is blocking. DeMary's off to the races, still going. Breaks off a tackle and makes his way to the 30. Oh, what a run by Ian DeMary. Dante Caputo tried to bring him down, but that's one of the angriest runs you'll see.
Yeah, and you're going to see him break through on the right side of that Grove City offensive line. Tamburino with a nice clear out block. Jolly again with a good one on that right side to open up a big hole, and nearly one that took DeMary into the end zone again.
You can nominate for that for Good Morning Football's angry runs. I'm sure Kyle Brandt might like to see that one nationally. So he gets another carry. DeMary follows his blocking, tries to run over another defender. That was Reed Gordon who brought him down. It's been Gordon and Cam Smith who've been all around the football and the ball carriers, especially on that right side, as you alluded to earlier, Donnie. Grove City just continuing to pound the right side of the line.
Yeah, I mean, that they have a big right tackle that is great in the run game. Obviously, on the other side, Dalton Four has been good as well, but it has been predominantly that right side where we've seen the big gains made.
It's a 6-yard pickup, brings up 2nd down, and Geneva likes to call a timeout to talk about it before 2nd down and 4 with Grove City leading 28-0.
When the biggest newsmakers have something big to say.
We're really testing the limits.
This is hurting working families.
This is a challenging moment.
They say it to one station. The biggest interviews. KDKA TV. Expect more.
When you step through that door or shake their hands, will you be prepared? When you stand up for a client or walk into that meeting, will you be ready? Ready to prove to them that you deserve to be there?
When you come to Washington and Jefferson, you will be.
Washington and Jefferson College. Are you ready?
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus for PAC D3 college football as the St. Vincent Bearcats face the Allegheny Gators in Meadville, Pennsylvania. Saturday at 1 p.m. only on KDKA Plus.
For Brittany, it's more than a move. It's a new city. It's a new role. It's a brand new horizon that's hers for the taking. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
In Pittsburgh, the news moves fast, but as the stories evolve, KDKA sticks with them, holding our leaders accountable and bringing change to the communities we call home. Stick with us every weeknight starting at 4.
Back at Grove City in Robert E. Thorne Field. A windy day, but a picturesque one. here in Grove City, Pennsylvania. 28-0, favoring the home team. The Wolverines having a good first game of the season. The home opener, a team that went 10-0, undefeated in the regular season last year, won a game in the NCAA playoffs, and is driving once again to try to add on. It's been a lopsided day of scores around the PAC. Washington and Jefferson on top of St. Vincent by over 40 points. See St. Vincent next week against Allegheny. At Allegheny in our PAC game of the week. Pfeiffer to the end zone, incomplete, looking for Sullivan. And Sullivan on a deep post was open, but Pfeiffer just missed them, and Sullivan did have a chance to bring it in, but we'll take another look.
Yeah, we know Sullivan not the big target for Grove City. 5'10", 160-pound sophomore. That one just out of his reach, but nearly his second score of the day, and it would have been very similar to that route that he ran on the long touchdown.
Just off his hands on second down and brings up 3rd and 4. Ian DeMary on the carry. DeMary following his blocking is going to come up just a little bit short. Near side official is signaling, though. It is good enough for a first down for DeMary. He got the necessary yardage, just barely able to squeak through 4 yards.
The Sticks crew still has it at... Okay, now they're correcting them on the far side. So the Sticks crew a little bit messed up on that Geneva sideline. The officials are going to give them the time to fix that up. The rushing attack today for Grove City, up over 200 total yards. Each runner, DeMary and Flati, with over 100 on the day.
Pfeiffer will pitch it to Flati. Flati open running room, 10, 5. Flati gets crushed by Caputo at the 2. There is a flag down at the 20. And it's coming back. As Pfeiffer and Grove City channeling some of their own offense in the same type of fashion that Geneva likes to run in terms of the pitch offense. The holding call on Luke Jolly erases the significant play.
And we will see end zone look on this replay. And Jolly kind of hooks the defender. That causes that flag to be thrown, so it pushes them back behind the Sticks. First down, but all the way back to the 30-yard line.
It's a 1st and 20. Similar type of play. Pfeiffer this time will take off, lowers the shoulder. Able to get up to the 26 where he's brought down by Reed Gordon.
And just to illustrate the balanced offensive attack for Grove City, just up over 400 total yards of offense over midway through this third quarter. Just under 200 yards passing for Pfeiffer and about 220 yards rushing as a team.
The team that averaged 33 points per game last year only gave up about 15 to the opposition. 2nd and 14, 3 receivers lined up to the far side, but Pfeiffer's looking to the near side. It's caught. Sullivan on the reception. Daniel Sullivan, it's a fascinating story. Was recruited as a kicker. Could you imagine being recruiting as a kicker and now you're out there performing as the top wide receiver on opening day for Grove City, coming off a PAC championship?
Must have been really underselling the receiving skills on that huddle video.
Similar formation with Flati remaining the back. Pfeiffer taking his time, 10 seconds on the play clock. He'll carry with it, and Pfeiffer goes up the middle towards the 10. And on 3rd and 5 is able to pick up a first down. He got 6 yards.
Yeah, and it's the running back, Nico Flati, who hits the block here. It was 3rd and medium, but Flati's lead block is what allowed Pfeiffer to get the extra yard or two and allow Grove City to move the sticks.
If you're an offense and the score being the way it is, 28-0, do you try plays like that on 3rd and manageable just to see if it works maybe for future games, like that type of option read for Pfeiffer?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a point where you can experiment a little bit. It's not like you're, pulling out a gadget sort of look in a game like this.
Handoff goes to Nico Flati, running near side. Flati trying to get the edge. Flati makes a move into the end zone. Touchdown, Grove City. Nico Flati from 10 yards out extends the Wolverine lead.
Flati, somebody who can either make a move, shimmy shake, or he can just run you over. It was Holtzman who had the interception earlier. He was left out there on an island, and pretty easily we see Flati make him miss. Arm tackle attempt, and now Grove City extends that lead to 30+.
Daniel Sullivan on to attempt the extra point, which is blocked. And with 4:51 to go, Grove City leads it 34-0 the score. That was Blaze Hargrove, the defensive back, on the block for Geneva. Back after this on KDKA Plus.
Potomac Furniture's factory authorized sale. Enjoy an additional discount on all Smith Brothers special order upholstery sofas, sectionals, recliners, and more. Come in and save now through early September. Route 19 McMurray or PotomacFurniture.com. Hurry before the extra savings are gone.
At Loewe, we understand the power of personalization. From hats to water bottles, our expert services include screen printing, embroidery, and a variety of promotional items. We also specialize in team sports gear. What truly sets Loewe apart is our dedicated design team, including our talented on-staff graphic designers and exponential customer service. Choose Loewe to make a lasting impression on and off the field.
Now is the time. Today is the day for us to strike out and move forward in confidence and faith.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a Class 2A rivalry with Steel Valley taking on South Park Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Here we go.
Back at Grove City, the cheerleaders have had a lot to cheer about for the Wolverines, up 34-0 against Geneva. 4:51 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Austin Bechtold, Donnie Chedrick, and Susie Cole alongside here on KDKA Plus in our season opener between the Golden Tornadoes and the Wolverines. Next week we'll be at Allegheny for St. Vincent against the Gators. PAC season is underway. Ball fielded at the 10. On the return, it goes just to about the 28-yard line for Geneva to set up shop at about the 30-yard line, close to the 30.
We saw initially from Geneva on that first possession of the second half some movement. They unfortunately get pushed back pretty quickly, but we saw a very quick first down. We saw a little chunk on that very next play. That's the type of stuff as this game goes on that Coach DeMarco, Coach Taylor, and that offense, they may want to just see positive things as we move along in this game. Don't really worry about what that scoreboard says.
Yeah, and you don't have Caleb Romano out there. Wonder how much that changes things. And it's Darren Myers, who has experience in the quarterback position for these Golden Tornadoes, but was expected to be a tight end for him. He'd be active in the running game like he's being today, but in a different capacity as he's able to pick up 3 on the keeper. 2nd and 7 coming up. Under 5 to go, third quarter. We see Landon Smith, David Reed, Philip Ranson, Jordan Wilmore. Some of the guys active in the ground attack as Myers looks to throw. Quick pass, it's caught. Making a man miss. Keaton Baker gets close to a first down. Able to stay inbounds. See where they mark him. It is good enough for a Geneva first down.
Yeah, we're going to see the rare pass from the Golden Tornadoes. A little move there to get around the stick. And enough for the first down. Keaton Baker, the 6'1 senior. He's a senior, a couple of seniors on this offense. Myers, a senior, but a lot of young guys in that backfield. Smith, a sophomore. Ranton, a sophomore. Reed, just a junior. And they have a couple of young offensive linemen as well, Austin. 2 seniors up front, but they have a freshman, a sophomore, a junior. So a pretty young team. One of the things we highlighted coming in for Coach DeMarco, not a whole lot of talent coming back from last season, but something you can build on as the season goes and even for the next few seasons to follow.
Reed was able to get a couple yards there. There's a player down for Grove City. And as Coach DiDonato takes a look at him, we'll tell you about next week. St. Vincent, Allegheny, back to the home of the Gators for a couple of home broadcasts this year at Allegheny. The St. Vincent Bearcats, who on our PAC digital network stream with Robert Mangino and Alex Terrett, currently calling the Washington-Jefferson St. Vincent game with the Presidents in control and in command. It's been a week of not very close matchups. 56-0 is the final score there at the end of the third quarter. 34-0 is the score here at Grove City.
Allegheny, by the way, one of the only teams in a close matchup. The halftime score of their contest today with Bethany even at 7. But as you mentioned, Austin, the scores around the rest of the conference not super competitive in this kickoff weekend of President's Athletic Conference play.
Second down and 7 at the 41 for Darren Myers. Takes the handoff, but he pitches it. Here's Philip Ranson running near side. He's brought down. Strong tackle made defensively. That was Jack Jolly once again, the Penn Trafford alum. After only a gain of 2.
Yeah, and the Jolly brothers having themselves some fun. Luke, the big fella on offense. Jack, the tenacious defender. Luke, the one getting all the height there, 6'8". And then there's Jack, just 6 foot.
41-7, Case Western leads Waynesburg in the fourth quarter. Carnegie Mellon all over Teal, and Ben Bladel all over Darren Myers in the backfield. Bladel with another sack on third down. It's a loss of 6 yards and forces Geneva to punt.
Yeah, Bladel is just a monster, man, and we're going to see this on the replay. Immediately breaking through. The play stood no chance. I mean, it gets blown up that quickly. You can't do anything if you're on the offensive side. It doesn't matter how you have it drawn up.
Bowden Davidson on to return the punt from Ryan Reitler. Reitler Jr., 5 seconds left on the play clock. And Reitler gets it away cleanly. High kick, deep one that Davidson will let bounce. And it continues to roll inside the 5 all the way down to the 2-yard line. And Davidson was signaling off to the Grove City sideline. He couldn't see the football. Kind of did the John Cena, can't see me.
You can't see me.
To the sideline. That's exactly what he did, and just kind of moved his hand by his eyes, saying that he could not see the football with the cloud conditions and maybe the sun in his eyes as it goes all the way down to the 2.
Yeah, being a return man is certainly something underappreciated in the game. Something that I was lucky that I never did as a player. I was always one of the big guys up front, but, I mean, you're caught up looking in the sun, almost like trying to catch a fly ball on a sunny day. That can provide a lot of challenges, especially when you're going in and out of clouds like a day like this.
A complete shift to the line that started on the left side and right side. They flip-flop with each other. As it's Demary who lowers the shoulder and lowers his head down to about the 4, and maybe a pickup of 2. There's some new offensive linemen that are into the game for Grove City as well. Bobby Benton was in at right guard, the Baldwin product, the sophomore 6-foot right guard, who was factored in a little bit last year as well as this year as a reserve guard. It's second down and 8 as Pfeiffer still remains out there, as well as Frazier and Daniel Sullivan. Tamburino as well on the far side of the formation. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Hand off to Demary, looking for a hole, and he's brought down by Reed Gordon again. Gordon has been the most frequently said player of anyone. Gordon's done a good job Colton Hill on the defensive line. Alex Gonzalez is factored in a little bit from Laredo, Texas. You take another look at it on the short pickup.
Yeah, and Gordon should be that guy who is reaping the benefits of what his defensive line is able to do. And we know that Coach DeMarco was excited about having the defensive line group this season. He was happy to see what came in through transfers and also just freshmen, the recruiting class that came in. But Gordon, the inside linebacker, should be seeing all the benefits of those opportunities.
Grove City elects to let the clock run out on the end of the third quarter. 15 more minutes to go in regulation. Wolverines lead at 34-0.
This awesome gift is from my grandma. I use free pay policy from GBA Life. What does it do? It accumulates cash value, helps protect my future insurability, and it may even earn dividends. What's so great about that? My policy will grow with me. Plus, I get access to the GBA Life Youth Leaders Program, scholarships, and more. Oh. You might be interested in a GBA Life annuity. You're probably thinking about retiring soon, right, Mrs. Jones?
If you need insurance, you need an agency that's sharp. The Sharp Insurance Agency is an independent agency and distinguish themselves by providing face-to-face customer service and reviewing coverage to provide the best possible value for their clients.
Hi, I'm Mike Sharp. Lean on my years of experience in the Pittsburgh area to find you the best insurance coverage, because when insurance companies compete, you win.
The Sharp Insurance Agency. Contact us today to have your personal or business insurance professionally reviewed.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a Class 2A rivalry with Steel Valley taking on South Park Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Here we go.
This Saturday, tune in to KDKA Plus for PAC D3 college football as the St. Vincent Bearcats face the Allegheny Gators in Meadville, Pennsylvania. Saturday at 1 p.m. only on KDKA Plus. $34-0 Grove City lead. Take a look inside our production truck for JRM Video Production with Jake Mislipchik on the right, Ryan Milan on the left, Madison Benedict in the middle. As Piper looks to throw the far side and once again connects with Sullivan, who stays in bounds. And the Simsbury, Connecticut native sophomore gets enough for a first down. It really is a tale of two depth charts, if you will, between these two teams. If you look at the team leaders from last year, Logan Piper, Nico Flati, Scott Frazier, Jack Jolly in passing, rushing, receiving, and tackles defensively. As Piper fakes the handoff and looks to take a shot. He's going towards Sullivan. Sullivan's got it at the 40 and makes his way past the 45-yard line. Daniel Sullivan, another deep post route, another first down to the 47. The offense continues to move at an efficient pace.
Yeah, we see the bread and butter for multiple receivers. You know, the deep outs for Scott Frazier, the post patterns for Daniel Sullivan. That time he's able to split a couple of Geneva defenders. It was Holtzman, it was Smith who were involved in that play. Another big gainer that puts them around midfield.
Three receivers to the near side, one on the far side for Piper. Still in there in the fourth quarter. And he hands it off. Up the middle into Geneva territory.
Chase Rankin getting worked into the offense for the Wolverines, and we'll probably see that, Austin, as the final 13 and a half minutes roll in this game.
Yeah, Rankin, the sophomore, getting a chance to get a few carries. But back to the team leaders for Geneva. Passing, it was Brutus Ogilvie last year. Rushing, Josh Seister. Receiving, Hilton McLean. No longer a part of the team as the pass is caught by Sullivan. That time it was jumped by Caden Holtzman, but not jumped in time, as you wonder, as we'll take another look at it, if Holtzman potentially, if he's going to play tighter coverage, could potentially break on the route and try to take it the other way.
Yeah, I wonder, too, if Holtzman kind of worried, given that Sullivan is somebody that has burned Geneva a few times over the top with that post, one of them falling incomplete, but would have been a touchdown, that you have to be a bit hesitant of doing so against him.
DeMary met in the backfield, Reed Gordon once again. And Gabe Trexler was the leading tackler for Geneva last year. We saw him injured early on in the first half and has not returned. We'll take another look at the Gordon hit.
Yeah, now they will keep the offense out here. I think easy decision on fourth down. They brought your boy Bobby Benton from Baldwin out here as an extra offensive lineman, and we yet again see some of the off-balance look as Geneva tries to convert.
Fourth and
Grove
one.
City.
Pfeiffer under center. He hands it off. Running room there. Good enough for a first down. Ian DeMary picks it up.
And they go right to that left side. We're going to see the replay here for DeMary. And here it is again. Jolly moving from right to left tackle. Able to turn his man in. That opens up the hole. Easy first down for DeMary. And again, just a phenomenal rushing attack from the Wolverines this afternoon. Multiple 100-plus yard rushers.
Ryan Heckathorn is back out there, as well as Chase Rankin at running back. 5'10", 195 pounds, he gets the carry. Rankin up the middle at the right side of the line, only able to get one. And Grove City, it's partly a effort to try to burn out the clock, but it's also been effective in the ground attack. Just continuing to go at it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the type of drive here, really, besides that that post to Dan Sullivan. They can pretty much grind this thing out as much as they want to. Now, they're not going to take every single minute and second off the clock because of how much time was left when they started the drive, but given how far they had to go, they could make it very methodical if they want to. They pretty much control the pace when they have the football.
Under 10 minutes left. Pfeiffer, quick pass caught. Frazier with room over the middle. Frazier takes a big hit and moves forward on the shot that was delivered there.
And you're going to see on the replay the big fella on that defensive line. Credit to Alex Gonzalez for making a hustle play down the field, laying a big hit to help that one get completed.
Brings up 3rd and 1. And it's a similar type of shift with the offensive line moving right to left for Grove City, as DeMary remains the back. Fullback also in the formation is Brunette. Tamburino in motion. Handoff. DeMary trying to spin his way to the 29, which is what he needed. The far side official signaling he's short.
And Geneva loaded up that box. 9 guys in the box out of the 11 defenders that were on the field. And they had 6 or 7 guys on that defensive line on that 3rd and short play. I think, again, though, easy decision coming for Grove City. Keep the offense out there. Have, your front against their front. Just get the better push and get the first down.
It was Kiefer who made the tackle. And now Pfeiffer once again goes under center. The line shifts the opposite way. On 4th and 1. Ball at the 30, needing the 29. DeMary's the back. Pfeiffer gives it to him. DeMary going nowhere. Grove City cannot get to the 29. Geneva comes up with a stop on 4th down.
And they kind of go the opposite way there. We've seen multiple times where they go unbalanced on the offensive line, and they've gone to it time and time again. Geneva, though, ready for the bit of misdirection from the Grove City offense to take it back to the side of the offensive line that doesn't have as many linemen up there. And a credit to the Geneva defense in a game like this that, you can kind of just let those back-breaking plays happen, still with a great effort defensively to get the football back.
And it was a multitude of guys there. Payne Brereton, Alex Gonzalez, Colton Hill on the defensive line. Reed Gordon, Cam Smith. Here's Myers. Darren Myers makes his way to the 35. Myers is a really fascinating story. He spent time in Ukraine this past year on a mission trip. And a time with Ukraine and Russia in times of war. Mission trips, very important for Geneva and members of the Geneva football team and the Geneva community. And Myers, the Merritt Island, Florida native, the senior 6'3" quarterback, converted to a tight end over the past year, really paying it forward in the community. Fumble on the field as Ranson coughed it up. A big hit delivered by Caleb Brubaker. He has really stood out. The freshman All-American at Salisbury. It's his first year at Grove City and he's making a good impression.
Yeah, you got to have the helmet double strapped when you're playing Grove City the rest of the way. That helmet hits the football. It comes out. One of the offensive linemen, though, hopping back on it for Geneva. Still to this point, something to credit that Golden Tornadoes offense in a way. I know there's no points on the board, but the lack of turnovers. The ball's been on the carpet a time or two, but they have not turned the football over.
Myers looks to throw it incomplete, looking for Wilmore. Jordan Wilmore was open, but Myers led him just a little bit too far, and it brings up 4th down. Fourth and 12, and the punting unit on.
There is an outside chance in this game, Austin, that Grove City is able to put up 600 yards of offense. They are at 513 right now, about to get the football back.
And defensively, Geneva is just close to 100 yards of total offense. It's a high kick. Fair catch called for and caught. How about the 37-yard line? Dominic Denino in there to fair catch the punt. We'll take a break. 7:40 to go, 34-0. Grove City in control as we get in the PAC football season on KDKA+.
Quiet on set? No way. This is Jake's time to shine, and Ryan's, and our crew. Cameras, check. Drones, check. Checking that shot we just checked? Double check. We ain't got time to chill. We're out here capturing this action. This is when we get to work, to bring you every moment live, no matter what. Broadcasting changes everything. Transform how you experience the game with JRM Video Production.
It's more than a piano. It's music lessons, birthday parties, and countless family memories, now safely tucked away, awaiting Nana's new home. It's more than a piano, and we're more than a truck.
This Friday, the Steelers High School Showcase Game of the Week, presented by Giant Eagle in the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, features a Class 2A rivalry with Steel Valley taking on South Park Friday night at 7 on KDKA+. Here we go.
7:40 remaining from Grove City. Take a look at the Grove City helmet, brick by brick, with Ethan Wiley now in at quarterback. He hands it off for a short gain of about a yard or so. So the day is done for Logan Pfeiffer. A terrific day for the Peters Township High School graduate Donnie and two-team All-PAC performer, starting his 3rd year as the starting quarterback. Terrific day with 34 points on the board.
Yeah, Pfeiffer, 19 of 24, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 258 yards through the air. That completion percentage, 79.2 on opening day.
Pfeiffer giving way to Wiley, who connects downfield. Touchdown, Grove City, Dominic Denino. 61 yards out.
And some of the guys who don't get to play a ton, they get in late in these games with the score looking like this. They're saying, hey, wait a minute. We're going to have a little bit of fun. That looked awfully familiar to a play that we saw in that first half.
It's a very similar play to what's been run multiple times for Daniel Sullivan today. Sullivan on for the extra point. It's up and good. 41-0 with 7 minutes left. And let's take another look at it.
Yeah, we're going to see here. The arrow's not working for me. I'll just try to put the little ring on him there on that far side, and you guys can hit it. We're going to see Denino at the top of your screen. He's the man on the post, and there he is, wide open down the field. Very similar, Austin, to what we saw in that first half. Sullivan hooking up, or Pfeiffer hooking up with Sullivan. This time, it's a couple of the reserves getting it done. Wiley to Denino, the long score.
Dominic Denino, the sophomore, 5'9" from Kiski, another Whippeal products. He's making waves at Grove City. And everything that could have went well for the Wolverines has. And what's coming up next? Well, let's take a look. After we kick it off, what Grove City has coming up next, also what Geneva has on the docket for both respective sides. As the kickoff is away, midfield at the 10. Running room, and not much there though. As Landon Smith takes it to the 25-26 yard line. Coming up for Grove City. After today, it's at St. Vincent, followed by Allegheny back at home to close out September. At Bethany on October 5th, and Carnegie Mellon. It's a 2 o'clock game, big game against the Tartans, followed by Washington and Jefferson. A road game on the 19th at 6 o'clock. We'll have that game here on KDKA Plus from Washington. For Geneva, at Carnegie Mellon, then 2 home games back-to-back to begin the home schedule. Teal and Case Western Reserve for the Golden Tornadoes. Backed in formation for Darren Myers to run outside, and he's tackled down at about the 31-32 yard line. Still a lot of enthusiasm coming from the Grove City sideline as they cheer on a lot of the reserves who are in there, playing some meaningful snaps here in the fourth quarter for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is the time of the game where you can, get those guys in who have not gotten a lot of experience. Maybe it's your freshmen that have not really experienced college football at all yet, because this is the first game of their college career, so they're able to get the kinks out a little bit on both sides, and guys that will be part of your future for both Geneva and Grove City.
Myers faked the handoff there, and it looked like he wanted to pitch it, but no matter who Grove City is putting out there on the field, they're blowing it up at the point of attack. It's another 2-yard loss. It was Joseph Semelka, and Semelka from Greensburg Central Catholic, a 6'2" junior defensive lineman, right there at the point of attack. So it brings up 3rd down and about 7. Myers looks to throw a quick pass. It's caught. That's Seth Tyson on the reception. Brings up 4th down, a couple yards short. Mike Ecke, the free safety, was over there, as well as Trent Rupp. Rupp, the New Bethlehem native, senior 6'1" corner, was there on the stop, and a good tackle, a couple yards short of the sticks. Brings up 4th and 3, and Baker will once again punt. Dominic Denino, who had the touchdown grab from about 61 yards away, is back to receive the punt with 5 minutes left in the game. Baker gets it away. Spiraling kick that Denino can return. First return of the game. Past the 35 and past the 40-yard line at about the 43. Good return for Dominic Denino and sets up the Grove City offense.
And we're going to see again. Now, this is a unit that just got done a quick strike from some of these guys who don't get to play a ton. Now, they're not going, at least today, to play in any sort of high-leverage situation. But, hey, you don't know when that next man up thing will have to happen. Over the course of season, you'll have injuries. You'll have different things that get younger players or less experienced players worked into the offense. So far, though, the offense under Ethan Wiley, it just looks like same old from the Grove City offense.
Wiley, a junior from Mercer, Pennsylvania. Hands it off up the middle. And, you know, we've really seen some of the reserves in the ground attack, whether it be the offensive line or whether it be Chase Rankin also find success for Grove City as the Wolverines have won 6 straight openers. It's the 3rd year in a row that Grove City has opened the year at home. Grove City looking to win a good number, a lucky number, 7 straight openers to start the year. And just about 4 minutes and change to be able to do that. Ethan Wiley hands it off. It's Rankin again. Rankin up the middle. Met in the hole. Gonzalez was there.
We're seeing still a lot of the starting unit, at least most of it on the Geneva side, stay out there as Gonzalez is in on that stop for the Golden Tornadoes, 3rd and short.
It's 3rd and 3, needing to get to the Geneva 48. Wiley looks off to the sideline. Rankin also in there. And he'll pitch it to Rankin. Rankin with not much room, trying to fight for it. He gets to maybe the 49. Which will be a yard short, so decision time for Grove City. And it shows the depth of this program for the Wolverines, where when Andrew DiDonato came in, they were a losing program. 0-10, and DiDonato just trying to build it brick by brick. 0-10, 0-10. Then it starts to change. You start to see the program get closer and closer to 500, break through, get on the right side of 500, and then it was last year, after a couple of ECAC Bowl victories, where Grove City really took that final leap forward and now is at the mountaintop trying to stay there for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, it really is incredible what Coach DiDonato has turned this program into. You said they've had winless seasons under him in the last decade, and now, lo and behold, this is a team that was a point away from possibly getting to a national championship game last season. That's how far they've come in a decade's time, less than that, really. It's just an incredible run right now for the Wolverines.
And Donnie, I don't think people realize that that's not easy to do, especially in this conference. There are programs that we've seen that have kind of struggled to get back over that hump, get over 500, and really establish themselves. Washington and Jefferson has kind of been the model of consistency over the past 10-plus years. Carnegie Mellon has had some really good runs. Case Western is always typically right up there as well. Westminster had a down year last year, but it's typically right up there. It's tough to be able to crack that line of the teams that have kind of established themselves for the last 10-plus years, and Grove City has done that and then some.
Yeah, I mean, you occasionally see a little bit of a run, a surprise from some programs. You know, Waynesburg had its time at the top. Bethany, they had their times at the top. But it has been, for the last handful of years, pretty much just a handful of programs that have been around that top 3 to 4, maybe 5 different schools getting into the mix. Grove City, though, adding itself in a big way.
Dan Barabay's punt goes into the end zone for a touchback, and he was contacted at the 40-yard line, was looking for a penalty, but at this point in the game, not called. Wasn't that much contact on his landing. And with 2:50 left to go, it's first down and 10 for Geneva at the 20-yard line, where if you're the Golden Tornadoes now, you just want to prevent being shut out.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to try to get the football into the end zone, but I think even if you just can end the game or at least have your final offensive possession go in a positive direction, that's a mini win, a moral victory, if you will.
Pitch to the near side, some running room there for Landon Smith, and Smith able to get 12 yards and a first down. It's a Geneva offense that averaged over 300 yards per game total offense, 209 rushing yards, and 20 points per game, trying to reach the end zone. Landon Smith only had 4 rushes all of last season. It's Smith and a couple of the other backs that bring a ton of speed. David Reed, the big back. As the ball's on the ground on the snap, Grove City signaling that it has it, and the Wolverines do. Fumbled on the exchange as Geneva turns it over. We'll take another look at the exchange there as new quarterback in the game gives it away. It's Frankie Whitemore, a sophomore 6'2" quarterback from Branchville, New Jersey, was just not able to grab the ball, which is a really quick process of the triple option of trying to do it, determine if you're going to pitch it, keep it yourself. And it was Whitemore who just Never had it from the start.
Yeah, and sometimes as a quarterback, it's almost like a receiver that drops a wide open pass when they see nothing but the end zone in front of them, or a defensive back dropping it when they see the same thing. They take that center quarterback exchange almost just a little mental lapse. A very quick one is all it takes, where they think it's second nature, but before they know it, they don't even have the football, and that leads to Geneva's first turnover of the game.
Alec Rafa, a junior running back from Ashtabula, Ohio, on the carry. Ashtabula right by Geneva on the lakes. One of the best vacationing places that I recommend, Donnie. Great place to be. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, 41-0. Maybe you get a chance to research Geneva on the lake. Back after this break for the final couple plays of the game on KDKA+.
It's time to rediscover the original Voodoo Brewing Company pub in beautiful downtown Meadville. Enjoy world-renowned craft beer, delicious and unique cocktails made with our new lineup of VBC spirits and one-of-a-kind food items. Follow our Facebook and Instagram pages to stay updated on our series of live music. And if you're looking to take your celebration to the next level or host a private event, look no further than our production facility, only at Voodoo Brewing Company.
As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you can have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. You can get a policy with GBU Life that is affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you are building today at gbu.org.
From heating and cooling to a large array of construction equipment, Herc Rentals has the gear you need to get the job done. Herc Rentals is already a staple in several communities across the United States and Canada and have been serving our customers' needs since 1965. With a catalog of equipment that spans the spectrum of almost every kind of solution you can think of. To learn more about Herc Rentals, visit hercrentals.com or call us at 1-888-777-2700.
Back here at Robert E. Thorne Field, rededicated in 2006 to the longtime coach and athletic director. Basketball, soccer, very successful programs under his tutelage. And how successful has it been with Logan Piper as the quarterback for Grove City? Now coaching up the rest of the team for the final 2 minutes. And Ethan Wiley, junior quarterback, in command. He hands it off. Up the middle for a couple yards. And again, excitement coming from the sideline on Grove City. Alec Rafa on the carry. Sets up third down at about 5.
And Austin, we have a real chance that Grove City does eclipse that 600-yard mark. We'll see. About 90 seconds to go. They're certainly in no hurry, but they're around 590 right now on this 3rd and 5.
That's just a ton of offense. Up and down the field. Numerous occasions. This looked pretty flawless and fluid for Grove City. Now on 3rd and 5 here. With Rafa remaining the back, he gets the carry. Stutter step, some patience, and he's taken down at the 28, maybe the 27, 26-yard line. Regardless, it's short by about 3 yards. He only got 2. 1 minute left in the game.
See the replay here. Not much doing on that left side. Clark able to fill that gap for Geneva. 4th down. Easy call given the situation. You just keep the offense out there.
Chase Rankin is the back again now with Ethan Wiley set to take the snap. What could be the final play of the game. 27 seconds left. It's a broken play. Wiley has to run with it. Wiley needing the 24-yard line, 23-yard line rather. Did not get it. It's a turnover on downs. And with 22 seconds left, Geneva will come back on the field.
Yeah, no need to even bring out the sticks for that one. The Geneva defense standing up to it there. So the Golden Tornadoes will likely end the game with the football in hand.
And Grove City comes up just a little bit short of 600 total yards of offense, but still nothing Nothing to squander at. This is an all-around dominant performance in the first game of the year.
Yeah, every single phase of this football game in favor of Grove City. And, Geneva on their side, on Coach DeMarco's side, they knew what an uphill battle a matchup like this would be to start the season. Defending PAC champions is another big gang tackle made in the backfield for Grove City. Offensively, defensively, you're returning so much talent. Grove City still a force to be reckoned with in the President's Athletic Conference.
The Wolverines, after an undefeated PAC schedule, pick up right where they left off. 41-0. Grove City defeats Geneva at Robert E. Thorne Field. Dominating fashion for Grove City and a shutout victory. Grove City just shy of 600 yards of total offense. It all got going in the first half when Ian DeMary ran for 74 yards with the first score of the game with 6:53 left, and then 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. Nico Flati from a yard out. Logan Piper connecting on an 81-yard touchdown pass to Daniel Sullivan, and Piper to Scott Frazier, boxing out his defender with 2 minutes left in the first half. Helped to make it 28-0 at halftime and further pushed the Grove City lead to what became 41. And Logan Piper, a terrific day, is the last man in the handshake line with Geneva to shake hands and congratulate his teammates as well on a just overall terrific job well done. And for Geneva, back to the drawing board. No points posted on the board in the first game under new offensive coordinator Tim Taylor. There's some growing pains. We saw some things that worked. It's the same offensive concept, but in spurts, Geneva not able to get really anything on the Grove City side of the field.
Yeah, the tool man's going to have to work on a few things for the Golden Tornadoes going forward. And listen, you're not going to play a team that is now the new kings of the President's Athletic Conference every single week. Are there some very tough teams in this conference? Absolutely. We went through some of the big dogs at the top, W&J, CMU, Case Western, probably forgetting 1 or 2 there, but you're not going to face the best team in the PAC every single week. In Grove City, until proven otherwise, they hold that down. Austin, some of these final numbers, 72 offensive plays for Grove City compared to Geneva running just 41 plays on offense. The yardage, an even bigger disparity, 594 yards of offense for the Grove City Wolverines in this game, just 62 yards for Geneva after 4 quarters.
That's a dominating defensive performance from Grove City, but the offense, mainly the story. Susie Cool is our player of the game, Logan Piper.
Thanks, Austin. Logan, you led your team to a 41-0 win, almost 600 yards of total offense. Where did you see this offense really pick up from last season?
We worked all summer, all spring, just worked good to great each rep, 1 each week, so that's what we came in and do every single play.
A statement win like this to start off the year, a shutout win at that. How does this set the tone for the rest of the season?
We compete for PAC and national championships, so that's our goal every single week.
Thanks so much, Logan. Awesome.
Thanks, Susie. That really is the key for Grove City. It's not just competing for PAC championships now, it's national championships. And that was in full contention last year and something that they want to use this regular season, obviously not amounting to any slip-ups, but to potentially amount that into the PAC, into the championship of the NCAA playoffs as well.
Yeah, and we know now that the PAC, a lot stronger all around of a conference than what it used to be. And you see the upcoming schedule for Grove City, off next week, then at St. Vincent in 2 weeks from now, home against Allegheny, at Bethany that first weekend in October. But Grove City, if they get through the big dogs of this conference, if they are the champs yet again, defending champs, they will go into that national tournament very much as a live dog.
And the schedule really heats up in October. You're talking about Carnegie Mellon and Washington and Jefferson back-to-back, Case Western Reserve and Westminster to close the season. There's some tough stretches for Grove City. So trying to use these couple games against St. Vincent and Allegheny as well as Bethany to get to those games, be prepared, be ready for when the challenge comes to their doorstep once again. On the opposite side for Geneva, 0-1 on the season, will be at Carnegie Mellon. The road does not get any easier against the Tartans, followed by Teal and Case Western. First 2 home games of the season for Geneva coming up in a couple of weeks. Next week, we will see the St. Vincent Bearcats against the Allegheny Gators from Meadville, Pennsylvania. Allegheny at 1 o'clock on KDKA Plus. September 14th, as week 2 of the PAC schedule will commence. Week 1 in the books, 41-0. The Grove City Wolverines from Robert E. Thornfield in Grove City, Pennsylvania, defeat the Geneva College Golden Tornadoes. For Jake Mislipchik and Ryan Milan inside our production truck and our entire JRN video production team. For Susie Cool and Donnie Chedrick, I'm Austin Bechtold saying so long from Grove City. Wolverines win it, shutout fashion, 41-0. Enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday from Grove City.